The beer, clowns juggling fire, elephants and donkeys got us jumping through hoops. Y'all wish that I was lying, but you know that it's the truth. Get your popcorn ready and pour you something strong. If the world's still spinning, the shit show goes on. Well, the world's strongest man just dropped the ball, and the tent's caving in from the weight of it all. Yeah, the lion's out the cage, puppets in a rage, and the ringleader's on parade. It's a circus out here, we're wobbling on a wire. There's a lady with a beard, clowns juggling fire, elephants and donkeys got us jumping through hoops. Y'all wish that I was lying, but you know that it's the truth. Get your popcorn ready and pour you something strong. If the world's still spinning, the shit show goes on. Come on, come on, witness the great.
Okay, so I cut it off at the wrong spot, and I'm going to get it all together. But I want you guys to hear the song. What do you think? Oh, hey, Sherry wins the boobies. How are you, darling? I was dinking around back here in the backstage and forgot I was supposed to start at 7:15. Sorry. But what do you think of the song? I'll let you listen to the whole thing. It's pretty good, I think. You think it sounds good? Good. I love it. 7 people are watching, only one's talking. Right on. Whatever. It's the one that's important, right, Sherry? So anyways, let's listen to the whole thing. I'll try to keep the videos going until I can get it all together, but
Made a show on earth, ignore the flames. Do not panic, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. It's a circus out here, we're wobbling on a wire. There's a lady with a beard, clowns juggling fire, elephants and donkeys got us jumping through hoops. Y'all wish that I was lying, but you know that it's the truth. Get your popcorn ready and pour you something strong. If the world's still spinning, the shit show goes on. Step right up, got tickets on sale in today's episode. Trains coming off the rails, watch it all burn from the screen on your phone. But don't you worry about it, you're safe at home. Every talking head will tell you everything's fine. It's the blind leading the blind. It's a circus out here, we're wobbling on a wire. There's a lady with a beard, clowns juggling fire, elephants and donkeys got us jumping through hoops. Y'all wish that I was lying, but you know that it's the truth. Get your popcorn ready and pour you something strong. If the world's still spinning, the shit show goes on. Well, the world's strongest man just dropped the ball, and the tent's caving in from the weight of it all. Yeah, the lion's out the cage, puppets in a rage, and the ringleader's on parade. It's a circus out here, we're wobbling on a wire. There's a lady with a beard, clowns juggling fire, elephants and donkeys got us jumping through hoops. Y'all wish that I was lying, but you know that it's the truth. Get your popcorn ready and pour you something strong. If the world's still spinning, the shit There's a lady with a beard, clowns juggling fire. Elephants and donkeys got us jumping through hoops. Y'all wish that I was lying, but you know that it's the truth. Get your popcorn ready and pour you something strong. If the world's still spinning, the shit show goes got tickets on sale in today's episode. Trains coming off the rails. Watch it all burn from the screen on your phone. But don't you worry about it, you're safe at home. Every talking head will tell you everything's fine. It's the blind leading the blind. It's a circus out here. We're wobbling on a wire. There's a lady with a beard, clowns juggling fire. Elephants and donkeys got us jumping through hoops. Y'all wish that I was lying, but you know that it's the truth. Get your popcorn ready and pour you something strong. If the world's still spinning, the shit show goes on. Well, the world's strongest man just dropped the ball, and the tent's caving in from the weight of it all. Yeah, the lion's out the cage, puppets in a rage, and the ringleader's on parade. It's a circus out here, we're wobbling on a wire. There's a lady with a beard, clowns juggling fire. Elephants and donkeys got us jumping through hoops. Y'all wish that I was lying, but you know that it's the truth. Get your popcorn ready and pour you something strong. If the world's still spinning, the shit show goes on. Come on, come on. Witness the greatest show on earth. Ignore the flames. Do not panic. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. It's a circus out here. Where
Okay, where do you get the gist? We're not going to let it go that long. It's only going to be like 2 verses, or, well, actually a verse, not even 2 verses. So it'll run through 1 verse and then be done because it gets too long. But I wanted you guys to hear the whole song. So, yeah. Anyway, let me get back to my media so I can shut that shit off. And it will be to a video, not just me clicking shit. So, anyway, I ain't spent a whole lot of time on it. So, let me say hey to everybody. Sherry won the buoy. And Mr. Andy, he was next. How are you, sir? Johnny K, what's up? Why don't you have a wrench? That's weird. I'm sure you've been here before. Maybe I just always see you on trivia and that's, right? That's where you're from, right? It's trivia. Anyways, yeah. So what's up? You like the original? Well, shit. I was trying to go for something a little more upbeat, and I needed to change it up. I felt like, I do still have my one. I'm pretty sure. I didn't take it away. I don't think. No. Step right up, got. So we still got it. No worries. It's not gone anywhere, and I'm sure there'll be times that I can still use it. I wanted to change things up. It's a good thing. It's good to refresh everything. So, yeah. Anyway, how we all doing? Let me finish saying hey to everybody. Big Dumb all got her popcorn. How are you, darling? And Kaya, what's up? Wow. And Miss Ann and Miss Wanda. How are you? Ladies? So I went to my granddaughter's volleyball game and then rushed home to get some stuff done and be able to, well, not really get stuff done out of in the house. I was trying to just deal with this because I hadn't even set up my live yet. So, hey Heather, how are you, sweetheart? I did think we would watch a little bit of the riots. They're really not riots. I mean, they are protests, and they are stupid and they need to be dealt with, but they're not riots at this point. Thank God. There ain't enough people there to be a riot because not enough people feel the same as those 40 people do. It's not really all that many people that are down there. In fact, the more of the people that are down there are the ones videoing the idiots running around in, you know, hot dog suits and, you know, all the blowies. But I did hear an interesting thing that Portland Andy brought up. And I kind of hope he's really serious about it. And Heather may be able to clarify this, but so Antifa, they kind of set up camp there on the sidewalk. And they've already had a few people hurt that live in the apartments across the street. And they have they hurt one man, and I think Andy said they broke his shoulder, but I don't quote me on that. I know they hurt his shoulder and a bunch of shit. Anyway, he's in a wheelchair and they have not so they're on a sidewalk and there's ADA rules or laws or whatever you want to call them. I don't know what they're called, so don't mark me on any of this. I just know little bits and pieces. And it sounds like they cannot be parked on those sidewalks like that. You have to make room for wheelchairs and the handicapped to be able to get on the sidewalk. And so they're probably going to have to move their little camp they got going there. The other thing is I think that storage place right behind them is where they store a lot of their stuff. Or I'm not sure what the deal is there. Something seems fishy about that little storage place. I can't believe they're not bitching. But anyway, that's my 2 cents. Did I see the U-Haul truck that they dropped off the supplies and suits? Yes, Nick actually posted a video about it, and he wasn't real impressed. I don't understand why Nick Shirley is not doing live streams. It makes me a little leery, like something happened. Oh, Heather, she said, Captain, he's a vet. That's the other thing. Captain Jerry Donnelly. And so I believe there's a hashtag going around. Well, at least I've hashtag it, which is justice for Jerry. So as far as I'm concerned, this man needs some justice for what's happened to him and for the fact that he lives across the street, along with a bunch of other people that live there. So I just think that this whole ADA thing, I think Andy might have a really good point that something might be able to be done. Okay. Let me see if what I missed. Yeah, and the furries, right? They're furry, but those ones that they're all blowed up, they're the blow up. Yeah. Somebody in Andy's chat named it the blowies. I thought that was pretty good. Tommy videoed the supply drop off to a storage place and the police will look into it. Yeah, the police don't look into shit, Ma. Did you not see my thumbnail? They ain't doing nothing. In fact, they were given the Antifa thumbs up, the Portland police were. So, back to blue till it happens to you. Mhm. Oh, justice with a 4, Jerry. Okay. I will. You know what? I should make a banner for it, huh? I'm going to do that right now. Oh, Jesus. I always got my caps on. And I'm never looking at stuff. I never look at the screen. No, I was not a 50-word typer. Let's just be honest. I mean a 500-word typer, not 50. Mr. Duggar, how are ya? Oh, I guess I gotta put you up first. How are
Yeah,
ya?
ready. I'm doing really well. I'm doing really well. Hello out there in chat land.
Oh, shit. Wait.
You're live.
Oh, yeah, I've been live.
Oh, have you? Well, what's going on, Chicory? What are you jabbering about?
Oh, well, for one, I'm jabbering about the whole Portland riots and or Portland protests and what's going on there, and how they've basically, there, justice for Jerry. Oh, fuck, I screwed it up again. So yeah, that's kind of where we're we're the whole discussing what's going on down there. They made him move all their shit. The Antifa had camp on the sidewalk there, and they made him move it.
Yeah.
Um, and then as soon as the big government left, well, then they set camp up again, and they have U-Haul. They have videos of a U-Haul out there and unloading them and all the shit, including I think they said the blow up costumes. So I mean, all that shit is planned. I mean, it's all you know, such bullshit.
Well, a lot of people don't realize that it's not happening right here next to them or next to me. What's really going on up there? They're trying to say it. This group is an unorganized movement when it's not. It's a big time organization. It's worldwide, and
Mm-hmm.
it's be proven. You got their leaders are fleeing the United States right now since they designated them a domestic and an international terrorist outfit. I think they've been treating them too gentle. They sure didn't like it when the Patriot Boys showed up and started out screaming them. And I thought there's
Mm-hmm.
going to be some big brouhahas out of that.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, to show their defiance and stuff, like, I mean, they just can't understand, like normal people. There's right ways to go about it. You know, I totally agree with their right to protest. I don't agree with the way they choose to do it.
Exactly.
It's like talking to a liberal. You cannot talk to
Mm-mm.
to a real hard leftist without them starting to raise their voice within seconds. It's and it always leads to name calling, and so I mean, I can't support people who get into little costumes and scream over bullhorns and crap like that. Uh, I mean, just God. That's why they took out Charlie, because Charlie showed them there is a way to do it. They don't want that though. They want anarchy. They want crap to go on.
Mm-hmm.
That's their way of getting spotlighted.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think that there is a lot. Here's what I do love. Let me tell you what I do love about it is those crowds are so small in Portland. It's like you can't even imagine. Um, they most of the crowd is watchers. So they're either videoing or they're literally there. I mean, people are like, we just got done with dinner, thought we'd come down and see what was going on. They're not even,
Yeah,
they're not even in the middle of it.
yeah, the ones that are hollering their heads off are paid agitators.
Mm-hmm.
Notice they always have the finest in armor and shit,
Mm-hmm.
and
So
they're the ones that act like they're in charge.
Heather said that they offered the BC preacher, he's one of the YouTubers, a blowy costume, and they told him he could keep it.
Really?
Well, yeah, because then it looks like there's more people out there,
Yeah.
protesting.
You get him a little bit of that pepper spray shot into his costume.
Yeah, that's right. And
Below his costume.
oh my gosh, that was the
Oh,
funniest video ever.
oh, that's so funny.
That was so good. Let's see. I see Dave came in. What's up, Dave? And Mr. Baker came in. Why are you in chat, Baker?
Baker, what's up, my man? Big Dave. And all
and
those out
Sun
there,
Honey.
big dog, sexy ma.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I hadn't forgot anybody. Nope, I think I got them all. Yeah, so he declined. Yeah, I'll bet he did decline.
Yeah.
The froggy got bopped. Yeah, that froggy did, Dave.
Well, and it would be very easy for the Portland police to handle it, but they're in cahoots. The mayor and the police chief, they're in cahoots with Antifa. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, and anybody, that's just goes to show you. I couldn't work for an outfit and call myself if I was going to be a police officer. I don't think I could hang my hat in a place that went against our Constitution and our government.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's things I disagree with our government, but you know what I don't disagree with? That Constitution. They can all spout who the law is, what this law is. Hey, the highest law in the United States is the Constitution. You go by that, you don't fall into any problems.
The problem is they've amended the fucker so much that now it's not even what it was really set out to protect. I mean, that's why we've got some freedoms that have been yanked from us was because you've got 50,000 amendments to it. No, I know. I got a book that sits right in front of me. We can sit and go through all of them. It's awful. Actually, I don't know what I did with my First Amendment book. I haven't looked at it in a couple weeks.
There's always somebody wanting to control somebody else,
Yeah, mm-hmm.
They have egos that, I should be in power. I could run this bitch.
Well, I understand that everybody thinks they have the right way, but I definitely think that, if anybody uses just a little bit of sense, because you can't say common anymore, as we know, but if they just use a little bit of sense, it's amazing how much they're, how far we could actually get in this world. And it doesn't really take a whole lot, but for some reason, I don't know, they've been so brainwashed. I just don't. I mean, here's the one thing that I do have faith in is watching how, in 2016 and in 2020, the riots were terrible. I mean, geez, when the thumbnail that I had AI create came up with the burning fucking Portland and the elk sitting in the middle of it, that was a bit devastating because it was that real. I mean, it kind of hit you like that, like what? Not devastating, but in the sense of it took you right back to then. That's not what we're seeing now. We're just seeing them. I understand that people are pissed off, but here's what I don't understand why is why do you think it's okay for people to come here and break the law, but the rest of us have to follow the laws?
Well, it leads right back to what you were just saying. The whole time they were burning the house down over there, the media was sitting there going, "Hey, you know, it's all controlled,
Hmm.
private protesting in an orderly fashion." They was trying to sell that while they had three big fires on TV that
Yeah.
night, man.
Hmm.
And what they're doing now is they're on their last whispers. You know, a lot of their money's been cut off. Media has been called out, but it's still playing a prominent way of them distributing their bullshit and their narrative. Um, but it just goes to show you: are you gullible? Haven't you seen enough? How many people have awakened from being woke
Hmm.
just because it just? If you notice, we're getting it drip, 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 you know, at a time. We never thought we'd see arrests or indictments. Look at here, we got a couple, although they're on for for other stuff, but not the insurrection stuff we want to go. But there's a start. It must start flowing from some faucet,
Hmm.
and there's a lot of people going to go down on this, and it's going to lead back to the election, the spying, uh, the treason, the taking over. Anybody wants to believe it, they overthrew the U.S. government because
I
Biden there's no way won that election
I
with more
wished
votes
I
than Obama got.
I wished I could have the faith that you do regarding
I
people
got this.
paying the price or people paying for what they've done. But I don't believe that we will still see that. And it's not for the lack of Trump trying. It's because there are so many people still in certain powers, judges, that are they are making decisions that keep yanking. I mean, this is what they keep doing back and forth. It's just back and forth. That one makes, one says this is what's going to happen, Trump, and then the judge comes back and says, no, no, that ain't going to go on. And so they do this back and forth.
Yeah,
Well, nothing ever gets handled in that nothing, because
the,
you've got too many chiefs and not enough. You need one chief,
well,
not 500
that's why
or
the
1,000.
midterms are so important. We might have the majority, but we don't have the control of the House and the Senate, and that's why these midterms are going to be so important. That everybody
I,
get
I
out and
don't think
vote. And
that.
I think we're going to need to control both of them to get them judges that just obviously politically leaning, uh, abusing their authorities, uh, and all they're doing it. They know they can't do that. But time it drags out through courts and lawsuits and stuff like that. Tick tock, tick tock. The clock's counting down on Trump getting out. And that's another reason why they're dripping stuff out slowly but surely. Big things are happening behind it. Just because we don't see them all the time, I'm sure there's big things happening behind it. Because bringing the head of the FBI and an indictment and then an attorney general, and oh, by the way, Schiff's being indicted too.
I know,
This
but it goes
all
nowhere.
on these,
That
yeah, but
it goes
they're
it
only
goes
simple
nowhere.
charges. Yeah, but he's probably testing out the judiciary because so
Well,
far
here
they're
here,
two
let
for
me put it
two
this
with
way.
Biden appointed judges that are going to hear the cases.
When you see politicians have to go to court or be held like they're questioned on something, tell me how many actually pay the price for it. I got to
Not
tell you, I
very
don't know
many.
many politicians that have went to prison.
Very many.
So to me, that I got ye little faith that it will happen. I'm telling you, I just don't. I wish that I had that kind of faith. And I did in the beginning, but as I see stuff going down, and I'm going to come out and say it again, that this focusing on other shit that's going on in other countries, I'm sorry, we got a lot of shit that's going on right here and it needs to be dealt with. And instead of dealing with it, he's elsewhere dealing with other countries. And I'm sorry, but I think we need to be here dealing. He needs to be here. He needs to be totally focused on it. He's only one man. I mean, you can't go make peace for two other countries and do anything for your country in that same I'm sorry. You're just not going to be able to get it done adequately.
No, he done it pretty good.
I don't
And
think so. Do you really think that? Do you know
I
how
really,
many do
I
you
really
know how
do.
we still have gas at over it's almost $5 a gallon now. It's more than it was before.
Not here.
All of the groceries here are more than they were.
That's
They've gone
that,
up every
that's in
single
your state.
month. It's
Most
not
of you,
just my state. Idaho is the same way, and that's a red state.
I'm under $3 a gallon right now.
Okay, well, how's your
You know,
groceries? I don't want to
not
hear about your
a
eggs.
lot better,
Not
lot
mine.
better, a
Not mine,
lot
and
better.
not Idaho's.
It's not where it should be.
Things are, I'm
Still
telling
when
you,
you look at
it's
four bags of groceries and that's $100 or $150, you're like, what? That's the brown bags. And I understand everything. I
it's
mean,
not cheaper though. That's what I'm saying. Nothing is getting done in our country. It's getting done in
we
other
haven't even
countries.
been in a year yet,
I
though,
don't
Doug.
give a shit if he would stay in this
God
country
damn.
and deal with this country instead of everybody else's country. We may be able to get some shit handled. I think he's a very smart man, but I also think that he's too busy rubbing fucking elbows with the big spews and not paying attention to what's going on right here. I would like him to actually come and try to say, live off of one of my kids' what they make in a
Yeah.
month. I would
Well,
like to see him try to do that. I don't give a shit how smart of a man he is. He couldn't do it.
you know,
It's not easy for the little men that are out there. I don't give a shit what the big picture looks like. I don't care what other countries look like. I care about this country
you're you're blaming him though, and it's actually,
because he's the one that keeps getting in a fucking
uh,
jet and flying out of the country.
because things outside our country matter for our country. They cause
I'm
they
sorry, but
cause
Israel
inflation.
makes no big two shits to me in the least.
Okay, I understand your point. You're all about what your opinion is, but I'm telling you,
No, I'm all about what our
it's
country
more.
is.
It's more. Well, of course I am too. I'm the biggest patriot on your channel.
Yeah, Jimmy Boyles, what happened to America first? What did happen to America first?
He's trying to secure it where we can be America first. We're tired of babysitting them people over there.
You gotta be kidding
They
me.
have nuclear weapons. So all I'm saying is
Hell,
there's a lot of things that we're not privy to. And you think he found him a genie bottle full of magic wishes. Oh, take care of all this shit for me while I do this. No, like he said, he is just one man.
yes, that's why I'd like him to stay here in the country and deal with our shit first.
He's
Then,
dealing with a
if
lot
he
of
would
our
like
shit.
to go play hero in all the other countries, I'm game with that. Once it's fixed here, but we're not fixed. We're a long ways from being fixed. And I'm sorry to say that our prices have not gone down, they have gone up.
Hmm.
That does not help us.
I agree with you, LW. But
Suck it, LW.
good Lord, I mean, you keep talking like this
I'm
guy's a
gonna.
magician. I
No,
mean, what does he got to do? Fly? Does he
Okay,
got to just flap his arms and fly to prove
let me
that
put
he's
it
some
this way.
kind of Jesus or something?
Let me put it
He's
this way.
just a man.
You're a
And he
married
hires
man.
the
Okay,
right people to
listen.
take care of stuff while he's away doing other business.
Okay,
That's why he has a
listen.
cabinet. That's
You're a
why he
married
has
man.
secretaries.
You're a married man.
Who?
You have a family, wife and kids. Okay, you go to work, and then when you get done going to work, you go to another job,
Yeah, it sucks.
and then when you're done doing that job, then you go hang out with your buddies. And then when you get done doing that, you go spend 3 hours at home and take a nap. And then you get back up and you do it again. But you're a hardworking man, but you never spent any time dealing with your family. Meanwhile, your family is at home. You've got growing kids. I'm just trying to make an example of what he
Understand?
should be focused on. And I'm sorry, but our country should come first. I'm not saying it's okay, not okay to go deal with other countries, but deal with ours first.
I believe he is.
Well, I don't see the proof. So when I
Everything he
see some
does,
proof,
everything.
when I see prices go down, then I'll agree. I'll say, yep, he's doing fucking A1 job. But right now, I'm sorry, he is like an autistic child. Like, look over there.
Shit.
Oh shit, over there. What's going on over
Uh,
there?
I
Let's
think
go
we know.
fix that over there. And meanwhile, all everything's fucking just breaking down around in
I'm,
what he
I'm.
should be paying attention to.
She's fixing to really go off, folks. I'm big to fuck with
Mm-mm.
her a little bit because
No,
she's
I'm
full of
not.
shit. I understand that it's America
You're
first. I have
fixing
that
to go
picture
off. Well,
too.
but it's not.
I
It's
have
not America
man.
first.
See, I didn't say a word though. Time you were talking, let this girl. But I'm just telling you that he's one man, and I understand because I am an America first kind of guy too. But I also understand our obligations outside of America have to be paid attention to. You know, we got enemies out there, and the people that we help and try to stop people from dying and stuff come kind of be a little bit of ally when it comes to buying our products and them bringing their products over here and trying to start some uh, transaction between companies and trading goods instead of nuclear weapons or bullets. I mean, it's not just about well, Vern. He wants $150 for that pig instead of the 100 he sold it for last year. The Federal Reserve we're being attacked. We were being attacked from within. It ain't just dadgummit. I don't know what I'm doing. No, there are people that are on their active ways of trying to destroy our country. 24/7.
I
Okay, he's got all the
I
DNA.
understand what you're
He
saying, but
manipulated.
it
He
still does
manipulated.
not mean that you spend all your time focused on other
The
countries.
last time he was in, he run
Yes, his
a,
last term,
a
he
shadow.
did
And
awesome.
last time he was here, he ran a shadow, his own. Uh, what? How do you put it? Oh my God! my main. Uh, let me. I'm old people, so you guess what you get. Um, income for the United States. Instead of what the reserve and how they had set it up for a failing economy, and he ran his own economy on the side, even though their economy was meant to make us fail. He took it a different way. He's doing the same thing. He had to stop a runaway train again. Okay, no matter what they say on that left side, he had this country. He had this country pumping and then they started all that Hong Kong flu crap. Okay, so I don't know, man. You got to look at it with both eyes open instead of just squinting on that one thing that
Speak for
he's not
yourself,
taking care.
Duggar.
He's
You
not
lick
taking
his
them right
leg all the
care.
way up to his nutsack.
Ain't no. Oh, come
You
on.
do. You
No,
seriously,
I
you will
don't.
not tell me what he's done wrong.
What has he done wrong?
Yep, tell me.
I think he should have. I think he should have just shut down all things to Ukraine completely, immediately. We're not involved in that. It's your war, and
I'm surprised you have anything.
the war's gonna stop, or we're gonna come over there and kick everybody's ass. It's over with. He should have been a little more forceful. I think he should have locked up a few more people. Uh, you know, instead of pussy putting around, just turned his dogs loose at once. But he didn't. They didn't have the evidence they needed. I don't know. A couple of things. The minding about a woman's body's right. I agree with him. If I think it's murder. What else? What else should I disagree with that he's done? The one big beautiful bill. There's a lot of stuff in that thing I didn't like too much. That gives up a little bit of our rights. I don't want any part to do with this digital income system, our monetary systems. I think putting out not controlling AI better. I think AI needed to be uh, controlled a little bit better on how its information gets out, and people who leak it out information and steal our ideas and stuff are not dealt with properly. In my opinion, I don't think anybody should be censored. I don't think he should pick on people or want to, go arrogant and pull the, call people fat or something like that because he'd want to make a, I don't know, man. I just don't like the way he argues sometimes and repeat how good he is about things he's done. You don't have to brag about that. Other than that, he's done a pretty good job for what he's been handed.
Raging so right. It's a big club and we ain't in it. That's fucking so
Yeah,
right.
oh, absolutely.
It is. We are nothing. We literally are the scum beneath their feet.
I think he fights for us more than anybody else has.
Well, I think that you're not wrong on that. Like I said, I don't have tons of bitches about him, but I do have a few. And one of my big ones right now is seeing the prices of stuff. And I'm telling you that just because you say it's great in your state and, a few others say it's great in their states, most of the states are not saying that, whether they're red or blue. So that's an issue and it's got to be dealt with. That that will take this country out. Too high a price shit, that will kill us. So, I mean, he's got to do something with that.
He's wanting
And
to eliminate income tax. You know what I mean? Our country should be able to finance its own with just the tax off the stuff we buy from other countries. You know, uh, China's got this big ass market with us, and yet they steal our ideas. They spy on us all the time. Kick their ass out of our country. You know how long it'd take to break down their economy if we've refused everything from China.
I don't know, but I
Well,
think
they're
LW is
putting
right when
chips
he says
in our jets.
groceries are the highest they've been since 2022. And more people have filed for unemployment since 2021. 70% of the foods of people are on food stamps, work over 35 hours a week. That's nuts, dude.
You ain't kidding. It's hard. How are our kids going to be able to afford these houses?
Well,
You know,
I can tell you that I've got two that cannot right now. and they make good money. Like money that I never imagined people would make. I mean, I just never imagined, people would make that kind of money. It blows me away. And
That's so I
not
could
be
skin a
make
buck
that.
deer too, so I know,
Yeah, we
man.
better
I
we
I'm
better
here
thank
with you.
Israel for all they do.
Read your Bible. You talk shit you don't understand. Then you're supposed to bless Israel. I can't hold Netanyahu. I think that guy's evil. You know, but I'm not from this country. I think Trump is evil in his own ways, but I think he's got the spirit of God on him and in him. So, but the rich, I don't know, man. I don't think they're going to go through that needle eye to get to
Right.
heaven.
Yep. Pickups cost more than yeah, right? More than I
That's
paid for
the
my house.
gospel. That's the gospel right there. That's ridiculous.
It is
What they
nuts.
charge for a
Hey,
truck now, that some bitch ought to be able to fly.
you know something I learned the other day from my daughter, actually, because she deals with the auto industry. Um, and she kind of deals with it on the very forefront, like when they're coming into the country. And I had no idea that most of the new cars now have plastic oil pans. Do you know what the recommendation is? Dude, I had to sit down when she said it. Okay, plastic oil pans, hot oil going into the oil pan. It becomes deformed. So you know what their recommendation is? You change the oil pan every time you change the oil. And that's not just in foreign cars.
Well, that's why they put all the computers and stuff in them. Other than to get better fuel mileage and stuff, is the shady tree mechanic is unheard of on a lot of these vehicles nowadays.
Can you imagine you're driving down the road and all of a sudden you hear something going and you lose all your oil and you look underneath your car and your oil pan has melted
That's
and all
crazy.
the oil it's literally rubbed against the road and you've lost all the oil out of your rig. That'd be just handy dandy now, wouldn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
That's just crazy to me.
I remember when you could actually live on $3,000 a month really well, and it ain't that.
Yes.
That's not that far back either.
Mm-mm. No.
You know.
Every time yep, same way with me, Regent. Every time I go to the grocery store, it's more money. And I buy the same things. And like I said before, I don't go to the inside of the store for the most part. For the inside of the store, I go for Marvin's Raisin Bran and bread and coffee. Everything else, I pretty much stay to the outside of the store. So all my shit is basic stuff. I don't buy lots of groceries. Like when I see people fill up their
Be right
carts and they're going and filling up their carts, and it amazes me all the shit they have in their cart. Like it's filled with the inside of the store. That's the worst part of the store. All those preservatives and box shit and oh, what's up, Tritter? What's up, Scott? Yeah, it kind of blows me away just watching how they all, the prices just skyrocket. But anyway, I don't even know how we got on that subject, but yeah, there. If y'all weren't depressed enough, we'll just add to it. I like the meme that what the fuck happened? It was a Taco Bell burrito that was 89 cents in 2019, and then now it's a $5.99 in 2025. That's just nuts. I promise not to bring up anything gross. We'll just stick with the price of stuff. How about that? That won't make you sick, right? Have receipts from. Yeah, I know. It's just nuts. For the longest time, I had a receipt that I left on the fridge, and it was of the first time that Trump was president. And I can't remember what it was. I think it was when gas hit just below $2 a gallon or whatever it was. It was the lowest it had been. Anyways, I saved that receipt and I put it on the fridge. And I wished I would have put it away somewhere like dark, so or took a picture of it, because obviously it was a receipt, and the receipt, it kind of disappeared, the lettering on it. So you have a Cummins diesel in your truck, and I won't buy a shit Cybertruck. No, me either. I don't. Yeah, I'm not. Anything that's going to be able to lock me inside my rig. And yeah, I'm so freaked out about that whole thing. Like I really want to do lithium batteries in our RV, but I'm so scared. I've decided that if we do, I want it on a battery box that sits outside of the RV that we can just lock down, and then if something should happen, we can go and flip it off of there, and that way it's not burning up the whole RV. I'm just so freaked out about that shit.
I
Right?
just wonder how many people are in an emergency would be ready to really bug out. You know, what if there was no electricity?
Not many.
You know,
I don't think many. I think some did kind of wake up during COVID and all that. A lot of people kind of did the wake up call, like, oh shit. I mean, because when you would go to town, nobody was in town. I mean, we'd go to, it, we kind of took advantage of it, like nobody was around. So we went hiking and we did what we wanted. There was no lines anywhere, and we were able to, there wasn't as much stuff open, but the wilderness was always open. We didn't, even if they said it was closed, we said, yeah, watch, it's open. There's no gate and we're going. And so, I mean, it was kind of great. But when you would drive through, and, I live in a good sized city, and you wouldn't see one car or one person. That was weird. The one time that we went through, though, I'll never forget this. We were headed out to go hiking, and it was early in the morning, and it was the first time we'd seen anybody in, I don't know, a couple weeks. And we'd been out every day. And it was the electric company, and they were like putting up new boxes and shit on all the posts. It was a little freaky because there was a shit ton of them out. And it was like, what in the fuck are they doing? Yeah, that freaked us out a little bit. Because, I mean, there was nothing that said they were going to do that. Marvin watched the fake news every night. They never mentioned anything about that. So it was kind of weird.
I mean, cyber warfare and shutting down our utilities and water. Uh, People don't know how to build a quick little filter. There you can boil water, but that doesn't get rid of the contaminants. It needs to be filtered.
Yep.
And they don't know you can go buy a Jackery electric.
But if you don't have electricity,
Yeah, if you don't have to get you a cheap little jacker, there's some of them solar powered generators. Uh, why would you want that? Well, you can keep a battery charged up where you can turn on a CB radio and find out what the hell's going out in the world. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of reasons to. You got to understand there's people that control valves that'll close our gas down, that'll close our water down, that'll shut down our electricity, our phones, our internet.
It's
You
been
know,
really weird. The how much I've seen pop up here. Like I've talked about, we have over 17 data centers. In fact, I think another one has went up since I first started noticing them all. And now what I really notice is all the power, what do they call the power stations that they have? Holy shit. There is in one area and it's right by where all those data centers are. And it must take up, I'll bet it takes up a good 400 acres of just nothing but power stations. And it's right along, like right where all of these data centers run. They just kind of run along the backside of them. It's pretty trippy. I was like, what the hell? And I hadn't noticed it before. I think it was because I was too busy paying attention to what the buildings were that I didn't even pay attention to what they were doing with all those power stations. I didn't even notice them going up until they were already up. It's kind of weird. Hey, Lays. So yeah, totally
I
crazy.
think, well, because the world is strange. You know, the world is ran by just a few people, um, and most of them aren't, how we put it, elected like our guys supposedly were. We come to find out they weren't being elected either; they were being installed. And maybe we can, maybe someday we'll get this washed out. You know, maybe we can come back and God's not ready to pull everybody off the earth, you know, or whatever. You know, it just is, you
I,
know,
I don't know.
maybe there's a little hope for mankind. I
As
don't see
pretty
it.
half-ass as this country, as this world is, I'm thinking he's getting really close to pulling the plug, dude. I
Yeah,
do. I think he's ready to shake it up. Like he's like, let's just fucking start all over. This shit's a mess. I
yeah.
do. I'm worried that he's yeah. I'm definitely there.
So no, it is now the rapture. You had your chance.
That's
Bye
right.
bye. You know, and good Lord,
And you don't get a chance after.
that's it.
Even for the people that don't believe, if you don't believe, you might want to change your mind about that just in case, because you don't get to change your mind once it's gone down. It's yeah.
No hope for us. Sorry. You know, it's I have places I could go up around in my area and just live in the woods, no problem. It would suck. Wait. It would suck, but it could be done pretty easily. Um, there's game, you know, I mean, move where there's some game, where there's lots of cows. I don't know, man.
What up, LW?
Hey, I'm just joining. Holy moly, in the chat was begging me to join to talk about football. Is that okay with everybody?
Yeah, how about them Aggies?
How about you assholes?
She just kept typing away, saying join.
Typing away.
Like, fine, I'll get up here. Fuck.
Oh, that was hilarious. How you doing? How you doing, Bubs?
Good. How about you?
Dude, God is great, and Mr. Douglas part of his plan. Who cares? I'm doing good, man. I feel in pretty damn good health. Other than my breathing as I smoke a cigarette. But other than that, you know, having fun. You know what would be the funnest thing in the whole wide world, though, if the Aggies did come in and win the Natty? That'd shake up the college football forever.
You can't
But
this
we're
year
not
because
going to talk
Alabama's
about
going to do it.
Come on, man.
All right, there, Holy, we did it. Is it good now?
Do you feel better?
We got it out of the way, Holy, so you can
I just
relax.
knew we were going to get electrocuted or something while we were talking about it. So
The night
just for
ain't
you.
over.
Oh, damn it. What did you get to do to us, Laddie?
Marvin, he's this last weekend. I swear, every time I would go out in the living room, normally I don't care, but if it's loud and like I can't do it, like it's super loud when I'm out there or whatever, I'll be like, dude, turn it down. Well, he kept leaving and going outside and whatever, and that fucking TV was on. I'm telling you what, I never shut the TV off so much as I have this weekend. Because he wasn't watching it and it was so loud. A couple of times I just turned it down, but it was like, dude, if you're not going to watch it, turn that shit off. At least turn it down. Yeah. I don't like it.
Yeah, I stayed with a guy one time that, God, man, he played the TV loud all night long and, fall asleep in his chair with the thing on. So I had another control. It would actually work through the wall. I could just hit that button, dude, and turn it up and down. What's wrong with this damn thing? I get it where I could live with it. It was hilarious. So I'd change channel every once in
I
a while, just
I
jack with it.
I have a couple remotes and I can do that to Marvin. And if I don't like to do it though, because it really pisses him off. He does not appreciate it. And now he kind of knows. It's been a while since I've done it, so I might be able to get away with it for a minute because he might think it's just the remote fucking up or something. But yeah, I'm fairly certain he would. Oh, it pisses him off.
No, you can't do it all the time. I had to give it up. Just get them enough to get them pissed off or wondering what the hell is going on. They quit and let it work, and then you can get them another day. It cracks me up how many times you can jack with them. Oh my goodness.
Marvin, he did a big spew. He did a big old Susie Homemaker thing this weekend.
Who
He
did?
Marvin, he pulled all the beets out of our garden and he canned beets. Of all the vegetables to pick, he picks the bloodiest one.
I'm
But
not a big beet fan. I can eat them.
I love them with butter and salt and pepper. Oh my God. They're so good.
They're all right, but nothing crazy.
Yeah, but the reason he does beets is because he makes pickled eggs and he likes beet juice in there.
Yeah.
And so,
yeah.
So he makes, and he don't just make one, like a dozen of pickled eggs. Oh no, he makes 6 dozen of pickled eggs because he gets 2 dozen and his sons each get 2 dozen because they all like pickled eggs. So, and he puts them in these great big jars with, all kinds of vegetables, carrots and onions. And
yeah, we used to raise quail and we used to pickle quail eggs. And everybody was always begging for them, man.
Yeah.
We made them 3 or 4 different ways,
Mm-hmm.
And some of them would light you up, and some of them they're just tasty,
Yeah. Yeah. I like pickled beets, but I mean, I really love boiled beets and just put butter and salt and pepper on them. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I like them fresh. I'm not crazy about the pickled beets.
Oh, I like pickled beets, but I
like them,
my
but I'm
favorite,
not crazy about them.
Yeah, my favorite is to like just put butter on them. But yeah, I was all impressed that he was able to do that. I mean, he's never done it before. I was like, damn, dude. Oh, and the best part is he used his grandma's 1952 pressure cooker to can them with. Yes, scared the shit out of me. I will not use that thing.
Like a nuclear bomb waiting to
I
go off.
know it, man. I'm telling you what. The whole time I'm like, He's like, "Can you come and look at?" No, I cannot come look at that. Is it on? I ain't going out there.
My nephew had to pay to get his roof repaired.
Yeah.
One of them things. It could have killed them all. I ain't kidding you.
Oh yeah, they're dangerous as hell. And he's like, "I don't know if the gauge is working on." I'm like, "You're fucking nuts, dude. I'm out." So yeah. Anyways, I was all impressed. Not to get on food, but yeah, I was impressed that he mastered it. I'd just soon he did it outside though. I wished he'd just have done it like
Yeah,
give him a little propane burner and let him go.
yeah. I can my own salmon. You know, we have kokanee salmon up here. I can those, and if I can find an overabundant of collard greens, I'll do some of them. And but man, you got me wanting to pickle me some eggs. God.
Yeah, you know what I like is, do you remember the hot mamas? You go to the bar and they have the sausages
yeah.
set on the counter and they're the hot mama. I love those. And here's what my mom used to do. She used to do those. She would order one of those from the beer guy and she'd bring the whole thing of sausages home in the jar and we would eat them over time. And then she would take and put eggs in there. Oh my gosh. You want to talk about good? Those things were so good in that hot mama juice shit. Man, they were good.
Hot mama juice. Well, on hot mama juice, on that note, I'll be right back. I'm going to let y'all get, I got to go to the restroom. I'm going to let y'all get all the food talk out of your system.
Oh, okay. You pee off the porch.
Hey, do you like pickled pig feet?
I do. That's the only kind of gross animal thing I do like. And
They're so tasty, man. I love them.
Here's the thing though. The older I get, I am more of a visual person, so I cannot think about it while I'm eating that shit. And if we keep talking about that kind of stuff, Holy will be leaving too. So
Pickled are good, yeah. All right, that's enough about food.
Right. Pickled okra. I've never had pickled okra.
Yeah.
Men pee off the front porch. Well, LW, I don't think it matters. He just pees. He's in Texas. I don't think it matters.
He's got a tinkle like a princess.
I know fools, it doesn't matter for him. He just pees wherever.
He marked his spot like a dachshund.
Yeah, right. I'm sure Mrs. Fools has to go, not there. We're in public. Get off that tree.
Yeah. Gotta love a redneck, Florida redneck.
What is okra? Cabbage? You don't know what okra is, Ragin, really? So it's definitely I think it's more of a southern thing, but I mean, we have it here too, but and it's not easy to cook, I'm going to tell you straight up. There's something about it, it'll turn to slime, like snail, slug slime, if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, you overcook it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's easy to fry, though, which is my favorite.
Old man says he cooks it all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. If I cook okra, it's either in a gumbo or I fry it.
Lays, that might have been a little too much information. He said it's too cold for him to piss outside. All I can think of is turtle.
Turtle it up. Turtle. Absolutely.
Yes, fried okra. Yummy. Good stuff. Yeah. So anyway,
fry it with cut it in little pieces and fry it in a little flour and cornmeal mixed together. It's pretty tasty.
So I watch these guys. I'm gonna change subject so we don't get in trouble about talking about food too much. But I watched these guys who came into Portland, and I don't know if anybody knows him, but his name is Danny Mullen, and he went undercover as Antifa in the Portland riots. Oh my gosh. So funny. Okay, so he goes shopping at all these different places, all these different shops in Portland, and it was how he acted with them was the funniest. It was so funny. Those people were just like, "What in the hell is wrong with this dude? He is out of his rabbit ass mind." It was so funny. Oh, let me start it first. Jeez. Where'd it go? Oh, there we go. Damn it.
Facility in Portland.
Breaking news tonight, clashes between federal officers and demonstrators outside of the ICE facility in southwest Portland.
Oh, dude, ICE is opening fire. Oh, dude.
Portland is burning to the ground. Insurrectionists all over the place. It's Antifa.
Antifa, a black-clad,
This kid is so funny.
decentralized anarchist group that will be infiltrating tonight.
I don't like you.
Okay. Cookie Monster, you want to say anything?
Me want cookie.
Struggling to infiltrate, that is. Which really sucks, because now we got them and the feds to worry about.
I am directing Secretary of War Pete Hegseth to provide all necessary troops.
Okay, so I want to kind of go through it so we don't get in trouble for it, but
And our crew was not at the ICE facility. That is because demonstrators threatened their physical safety about 90 minutes ago.
Plus, they can be so allergic to the proper democratic.
okay, here we go. He's
What if
shopping.
you were a fascist and you threw that cup of coffee on me? Do you know your revenue here, your sales tax goes right to the Portland PD? You're funding the enemy. Yeah.
Okay, like these are customers who just want to get jeans and t-shirts and clothes.
Well, I mean, we're looking for black bloc. This guy might throw a Molotov cocktail into the ICE building.
We'll get out of here right now.
Come on, let's go.
All right, well, take care, guys. We're gonna look for a thrift store. There we are. Goodwill. Some more our price point. You guys have knee pads?
I don't have any like really sporting goods or anything like that.
What about tactical vests?
Nothing like that, unfortunately.
Ski mask would be cool.
We don't have ski masks.
Armored gloves?
No,
Switchblades?
no, you can go to Highlander.
Highlander, thank you. We're not
She
from-
tells him where to go.
That's what we need.
Yup, this is our kind of place.
DIY workshop series, trans flag. Bolt cutters and spray paint.
We don't sell spray paint.
Okay.
That would be an Ace Hardware store or.
Ace Hardware.
We don't like to feed the corporate monster. Where can we get AR ammunition?
This guy he cracks me up. I mean, the look on these people's faces, they're like, oh my gosh, we're on camera and he's asking us this stuff. I think when they first go in, they think they're serious. And then once they're there for a little bit, they're like, okay, these assholes, they're trolling us. But yeah, I thought it was pretty funny. If anybody ever gets the chance to watch, it's Danny Mullen and he is freaking hilarious. Oh shit.
Say, I know you got a good old Molotov cocktail you could sell me.
Right? It just cracked me up. The look on their faces. Switchblades? Oh, go to Highlander. And at first they're like, oh, they're going to give all kinds of information.
We need a stack of bricks delivered over here by the ICE facility.
Right. Okay, where's that one? I was going to show you the one that Nick. Where is it? I know I just watched one. I just watched it, and it was the one Nick did about the U-Haul. Let me see if I can find it. There it is. Oh, God, that's loud. Maybe. There we go. All right, here we go.
Right now, and it looks like Antifa, the protesters here, have had a shipment dropped off in a U-Haul right here. They're saying it's all the stuff that's been taken away from rapid response and from people since they've been out here. So there's a whole U-Haul full of stuff that's been getting dropped off right now of all of the equipment from the past few months of their protests. You have all this stuff that's getting dropped off right here. You have all the inflatables as well that the people have been protesting in. A little strange, they have a U-Haul shipment full of all the stuff that's apparently...
See, that's blocking the sidewalk.
Way. So stuff's being coming in. There's still
You
protesters out
can't
right
block
now. It's
sidewalks like that.
4 p.m. right now, I believe. And the protesters are starting to show up here to the ICE facility in Portland.
And the only time they had to move was when Sweet Pea showed up there, whatever the hell her name was. Was it Nomi? I don't know. One of them.
Wait till they get it all out and send some cops and make them move it.
Oh, the cops ain't gonna do nothing. They won't do anything. I'm telling you. Those cops drive by and they thumbs up. They thumbs up the Antifa people. No matter what they're doing. They don't, I'm telling you, they sit at each end of the street and do nothing. They don't arrest those people. They don't do none of that. Every now and then they ride through and tell them to get off of the road. That's it. It's ICE that's arresting them. The Portland PD is doing nothing. They're fucking useless.
They are Antifa.
Mm-hmm.
Their mayor and their secretaries.
And the chief. The chief of police has come right out and said he's going to let them do
governor.
that. And the governor and the mayor. So, yeah, they like that. So, LW, what have you been doing?
Oh, nothing, just busy. Thought I'd come up and hang out with y'all for a little bit.
Good. I
missed y'all's big fight earlier, so I'm glad I avoided that. I don't like it when mom and dad fight.
We weren't fighting. She was just wrong as usual.
I have to let the old man, have his way, because if I don't, he'll have a heart attack.
If I had my way, it would be Marvin getting that freedom medal, by God, for putting up with your ass.
Speaking of the freedom medal, let's talk about that. Let's argue about that. Let's argue about the freedom medal. Okay, let's do that.
Which side do you want me to take so I know which to argue for?
All right.
You can take whichever side you want, but I want to know what you think. I thought the Freedom of Medal Act was for somebody that was in the service, in the military. Is that not right?
It's a civilian.
Yeah, it's a
they have ones
civilian
for civilians.
Okay.
As well.
I just don't know it. I don't know how it connects with Charlie. I think he should have had some kind of award. It just didn't make sense to me.
Well, he was always talking about freedom and the freedom of expression, the right not to be censored, the right to say that he's a Christian, the right to say that he's against abortion, the right to say, hey, I'm not always right.
It's pretty normal, and that seems,
appropriate.
Because like Obama used to give them to like Ellen DeGeneres and shit like that, It's pretty retarded, but.
And what's it called? The freedom of what's it called? What's the award? Freedom.
Yeah, the Freedom Award.
Oh, it's just called the Freedom Award.
I don't know if it has other surnames. Didn't Biden give Obama one?
Well, this is kind of the point I bring up, because I feel like sometimes these medals are being given out and it's kind of taken the shine off of them. I don't know. I don't want to speak ill especially I think Charlie did an awesome job. But okay, so it's called the Medal of Freedom. That's what it's called. The Presidential Medal with the Presidential Medal of Freedom. So it's the Medal.
Charlie was pretty much about freedom. That's all he was. The freedom of religion, the freedom of speech, and the freedom of having a debate without somebody calling somebody a bitch. You know what I mean? So I mean, just trying to keep it on the level. The guy was, 31-year-old young man with wife and 2 kids that believed in, free speech and freedom of his religion, and it was one of his ways. His platform was a way of saying, my Lord's the great Lord."
Well, I think so. It wasn't really so much about freedom. It was, when I look it up, it actually says the United States to honor the president gives it a way to honor individuals who have made great contributions to either the United States or the world. So I don't think it's so much about freedom or even religion. I think it's more about how you contributed to the world or to the United States. So
And he wanted because he wanted because he was able to show you could have a discourse, you could have a conversation about.
Oh, I know. He was so good at it too. He was so good at it. I mean, I was totally for giving Charlie an award, but when they said freedom of I'm like, what the fuck does that have to do? I was trying to figure out what but that makes total sense. I mean, because he did contribute a lot to it. So, yeah.
Well, what I find ironic about all that is, because look, MAGA people think that I'm a liberal, and liberal people think that I'm MAGA, just because I have like my own independent thought or whatever.
It's called a fence rider.
No, it's not a fence rider. It's having an issue independent thought.
I agree. I agree. It is.
Yeah, ironic part. A whole lot of MAGA, they want to silence people's free speech because they disagree with the Israel stuff. Not
Only
the Jews,
me.
but the Israel stuff.
Only me. Nobody else does. It's just me.
What do you mean, just you?
Only I want to stifle them from listening to their rhetoric bullshit. Nobody else does on the right. It's just me.
No, it's not. It's not. You have congressmen who want to make it law that you can't criticize Israel. So, and they're calling Marjorie Taylor Greene. They're calling MTG a liberal now.
God.
Matt Gaetz is out of the club. Thomas Massey's out of the club. Rand Paul's out of the club. They're all out of the club.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. They can come down here with us, slime balls.
I like Rand Paul. I agree with the Massey. Gates is great. He should have. I would have loved to seen him been the Attorney General. Yeah. So a couple I agree with, a couple I disagree with.
Yeah, I like Matt Gaetz.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting the brunt of it now online.
Yep.
They're calling him he sides with the terrorists. There's so much propaganda on the internet. It's insane on both sides. On both sides.
The Democrats hate him because he was a Republican, and Republicans hate him because they got their boy. He got their boy kicked out of as Speaker of the House.
Matt Gaetz got somebody kicked out of the Speaker of the House?
Not the leader, or was it Senate? I forget. The Republicans, the majority leader. The cat that was going to come in there, I can't remember his name. Sorry, I'm old. Somebody help me. Speaker of the House, yeah. And he thought he was going to go in there and put his feet up on the desk, and Gates took it away from him. They voted him out. And that's how Johnson ended up in there.
Ma, you know you can just come up here and save your fingers.
What'd she say?
Well, she's
Speaker of the
answering
House, I
questions.
was right, because they replaced him with Johnson. What is that guy's name?
Mm.
White-haired guy that was the Speaker of the House just for a short time there.
Are you talking about?
Kind of reminded me of a white-haired Gavin Newsom. Although he's a Republican.
He was a Republican Speaker of the House?
Yeah.
And Matt Gaetz got him kicked out?
Yeah. Him and that pretty little Congresswoman Boebert or whatever.
Well, they're mad at him now because he
Kevin McCarthy.
McCarthy, exactly.
That's not why they're mad at him. They're mad at him now because he's dares to speak his opinion about Israel.
Well, and he's right on a lot of it. We've been like blindly following whatever they needed to flourish. They've been, they're probably one of the biggest ones that's stolen our technology that wasn't given to them. So yeah, I can see that, but that's our foothold to the Middle East.
All right, tell him go to bed.
Okay.
Tell him, no, not you. Tell him all that. Gigi said go to bed.
And Mr. Duggar's got her back. He's got a strap.
Uh-oh.
Don't make me go in there and spank you.
Uh-oh.
Tip O'Neill, what a joke.
Hey, Callie. What's up, darling? She's getting ready for work. Oh, no, you're working the graveyard. Yuck.
Well, politics, it used to be so different. Obviously, it was all different after Kennedy was shot, but
yeah.
I mean, Ronald Reagan won 49 states. I mean, that election was over. Was it 84? That election was over like at 7:30 at night. He won 49 states, but didn't win the House. The Republicans didn't win the House for like 45 years. So the country decided we don't like Republicans, but we like Reagan. It's not like that anymore. It's all team sports and
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's just wild for somebody to win 49 states and lose the House. That's back when people could actually have a little bit of independent thought.
Mm-hmm.
You either all agree with me or you're dead to me.
It's like the bill they got going through right now to shut down the government. The last time the government was going to be shut down, every one of them signed that exact same bill. Without any more fluff on it. That continuous bill, every one of the Democrats signed it. They're the ones that shut it down. So they tried to push it off. The Republicans shut it down. No, the Dems shut that son of a bitch down. Because all we needed was 7 votes. 53 Republicans voted yes. And last time, we bipartisan them in there. But this time, not one Democrat voted. This is the beginning of the very end of Chucky Schumer's career.
Dude, they've all made so much money anyways. It don't matter. When they lose it, I mean, it's no big deal. They go be rich somewhere.
Yeah. They use them till they can't use them no more. I don't know,
I don't know either. I'm telling you. It's crazy shit.
Yeah, it's just so much clownery. Every time I turn on Twitter, there's just everybody's just saying things that I don't care if people have, everybody should have their own opinions. Like, I don't even know what to compare it to. But there are things that are opinion based, I like spaghetti. Gigi hates spaghetti. Well, that's just a matter of taste, opinion. But there are a whole lot of things in politics and stuff like that where it's just it's either factual or it's not factual. It's either the law or it's not the law. There's not much opinion on it.
Yep.
Yeah, if you apply the law to one person, it should have to apply to all. You know what I mean? This unfettered spending. People need to be held accountable for that. As big of a machine the United States is, to be owing money to a bank, is ridiculous. Money that they printed out of thin air. They had nothing to back it, to loan it, and to begin with. We got plenty of paper, though, and a couple of machines that'll make all you need. How much you want?
Well, somebody said it best the other day. We have such negative money that when we send $30 billion to Israel, we have to borrow it from China. We borrow half of it from China and we print the rest. It's not even real money that exists.
Exactly.
Getting crazy. I was watching this. I think it was today, and it was a farmer, and he has a YouTube page. Well, they were gonna get, they were building new kennels, and the kennels were coming in. They weren't building them, but they were having them built, and they were coming in from another state, and these were like 13 kennels, and they were really nice ones. And so they were going to cost $2,000 to be sent. So the original.
What are you doing watching Dutch?
So, anyways, he went to a bank that he's used before, but it's not his normal bank, and he put in $14,000. The price was going to be a little over $13,000. That was to get the kennels and have them moved to his property. Well, he went to do it, and they were like, "Okay, yeah, we'll transfer the money." Well, a half hour later, they called back his wife, and they're like, "Yeah, no, we can't do that because your account has been flagged." What? So, anyways, it went on that he went and talked to him, and they were like, "Oh yeah, no, it's good. You're good. Yeah, no problem. It's in there." So the people, he sent them, the account number, and they tried to run it a couple times. Nope, it failed. Well, she told that in the end, they wouldn't have had enough money to give him $14,000. They didn't have $14,000 in the bank. Was that how it went, Duggar? I think that's how it went.
Yeah, and really all they were doing was covering his check to the kennel company. That was acceptable to, they wanted a cashier check or cash. Of course, the cashier check coming from that bank, and the reason they had put money into that bank is because they live a little far away from the bank where they kept most of their other money, and they just wanted a different account because they're opening a dog business, and that was going to be under the LLC in that bank for that dog business, and they took the money, but they didn't want to pay it back out. No, you give it to us. We got to hold on to it for you. We got to make your decision on how to what you can spend your money on.
You can only take out $5,000 a day.
Yeah, I mean the banks loan out all the everybody's money that's in there, and then their system and whatever, whether little branch, whatever.
Yep.
And they just kind of hope that everybody doesn't just show up and want all their cash, because it's not there.
Yep. It kind of reminds me of the airlines and how they oversell their seats all the time, and then hope that 10 of you don't show up. They oversell all the time, and then everybody shows up, or 7 extra people show up, and they're like, okay, we need 7 people to volunteer to stay back, and we'll give you a $50 voucher. How about that? It seems like false advertisement to me in that sense. And with the bank, that seems like they're stealing your fucking money for a day. You don't get to steal my money.
Yeah, that guy he's got a pretty good show, something about Dutch.
Yeah, let me see here.
I watch him all the time. He raises pigs, has chickens,
Yeah.
a couple of daughters.
Yeah,
lives in Oklahoma.
Yeah, they seem like nice people.
Yeah. Pretty cool show. He builds and stuff, and he's got his hand in a lot of stuff, and for the bank that you're trying to do business with to get into your business and stop your business as it tries to take a step forward, that's kind of redonkulous, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's called keeping it Dutch.
Keeping it Dutch. That bank president should have been groveling over that,
Yeah.
That dude's not broke. Trust me.
Yeah.
That dude's got him a little pile of money. And because he got his hands in a lot of stuff, and then now he's fixing up another house to rent, and he does that, and then he's gonna have a dog bordering business, so.
Yeah, I think that's bullshit that you have to give a notice to. I mean, you don't have $10,000. You don't have 10,000. And of course, their excuse is my daughter worked at the bank and they had an excuse. Well, somebody else might come in and need $10,000 too. And, somebody else. And so
I was there first.
It's like, why would you not have it? You are a bank. You have a bank vault that, an army can't get through, but yet you don't have $10,000 in there or 100,000. You would think there would be a lot of money in there. I'm gonna look and see if there's a.
Was it Elon?
Elon what?
Who offered to pay our military?
Oh, I don't know. You'll have to ask Mama. Let's see, what do we got here? Where's Tommy Boy? I think he's on Twitter.
Who?
X. Tommy Boy.
Who's that?
Yeah, he is. He is one of the guys that goes and basically he's the one that cold cocked the other dude that kept getting in his face, and he kicked him in the nuts and in the chest, and then Tommy Boy gave him he just kind of come around and slung and hit him right in the temple and knocked the dude out for about half a second. Yeah, that one. So let's see here. So they have made it to where Tommy cannot go by the ice building. Mind you, Tommy is for ice. But the Portland police has said he can't go by ice. Is that nuts or what?
Yeah, in every case, he didn't hit first.
Yes. So here, we'll look at this. Oh, damn it. Oh. There.
Now supporting everything I do. 30.8K people watching you. People look stupid as fuck.
I'll get some mods, guys, next time. I'll try.
They love me so much. Stolen valor writing a comic.
Why do I hear two? Do you guys hear two?
Writing a gay comic.
29,500 bots. Fucking Twitter, loser. It's 4chan 2.0. Nobody watches that trash anymore except you.
Oh shit. Oh, that's fucking funny.
I know LW wants him one of them chicken outfits so bad.
Right.
That guy was talking about Twitter. I can't wait. I think it's next week. Twitter is going to start posting on people's profiles what country they're from. I can't wait for all these people to be exposed on where they're from. On both sides. There's a whole bunch of people have already found out a bunch of them. Like, there's a bunch of these MAGA accounts that have like this hot lady with like American flag wrapped around us, like, you know, red patriot woman or something like that. And people have found out themselves and they're like in Pakistan. I can't wait to see all the frauds be exposed.
We're out here for Charlie Kirk right now. God bless Charlie Kirk. We are Charlie. Happy birthday, Charlie. We love you. We love Charlie Kirk. Happy birthday, Charlie Kirk. God bless you, Erica Kirk. We're thinking about you.
So the other day, Tommy was saying, he said the F word or something. And Portland PD came over to him. Why am I still hearing that? I've muted it. Why am I still hearing it? It's got to be on somewhere. I can't figure out where it's at. Do you guys hear it?
No.
You don't hear it.
Mm-mm.
Well, what the?
I know, that's awesome. It's pretty. It's still unreal.
I mean, I heard the guy on the bottom right talk.
This is weird.
And then the guy who came up and yelled at the camera.
Okay, I'm gonna take this out. Oh, I see what I did. Okay, I got it. I couldn't figure out why I was still hearing it. I had Twitter on, but I also had it on in another one in YouTube. I was all messed up. Okay, now I got it. Jesus. There we go.
Learn things the hard way.
We won't get too mad at you. You've only been doing YouTube for like 6 years.
Right. Well, 3, but who's counting? Okay, there. All right, now it's on Tommy's stream, and it's only that one. But anyways, the other day, Tommy was out there. He had yelled, fuck Antifa or something. And the Portland PD came over to him and asked him if he would stop talking like that. And then there was a blonde chick that lived in the apartment right there to the right. And she came over and said, my son can hear you and da-da-da-da-da. Mind you, Antifa's been yelling, you know, fuck Trump, fuck Carly, fuck ICE. Yeah, all of that. But none of that mattered. Only when Tommy yelled, you know, fuck Antifa. And so, and Portland PD never asked anybody else to stop, none of the Antifa dudes, but they wanted Tommy to stop. And it's like, that's bullshit. Bullshit. He shouldn't have to
Yeah.
stop.
Because the mayor is one way, the police chief is one way, and they hire a bunch of cops who believe like them.
Yep,
So they don't,
exactly.
it's basically,
They're another arm of Antifa.
Exactly.
Every fucking opportunity to leave me alone, bro. For like 20 minutes, I gave that dude.
And Tommy, I mean, he's got a big mouth or whatever, but he isn't a bad dude. He's a good guy.
Actually physically hitting me, kicking me, pushing me, and yeah, I wasn't going for that.
And here's the deal is he never backs down. He will stand up for what he believes in every time.
Defend myself and go to jail for it and fight the case. I'm not the type of person to let me get hit and not fight back, you know? Yeah, this shit needs to end.
This is why.
The dude literally has videos of people hitting him before he ever hit them, or even laid their hands, laid his hands on him. It tried to avoid confrontation, physical confrontation.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening with the case. He went to court today, but I did not hear what happened. I don't know what the results of it, but I believe he had to go to court today on the stay, I don't know, feet away from him or whatever.
Big Dog Miles said, "This is why TF will not let her play with you."
That's right. Yep.
Because he's always afraid of this.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It's crazy. They attack Nick.
I love you. I just had to do it once.
And then they cry victim. It's absolutely crazy.
I did hear him say something. Trump just needs to put in the Insurrection Act. It's stuff like that I.
Yeah, I don't agree with.
Like, one, it doesn't apply to the situation, but.
Well, and if you look.
Because nobody's trying to overthrow the fucking government in D.C., protesting in Portland.
Yeah, see, so. Yeah. There's hardly anybody there. I mean, there is not that many people there. And like I said, most of them are spectators. They're either filming or they're watching.
It's absolutely insane. JD's on YouTube. Yeah, go follow JD Delay, you guys. Go follow JD Delay and check out the video that we did. Yeah, but I can't get too much good angles from here because I'm so far away, so it's hard to get angles without going in the street or, you know what I mean? So I just get what I can and just keep talking with you guys.
Oops. Shit. Yeah, I'm touching.
Yeah. And then my ex is Tommy 4, Trump 420.
Yeah, I'm not.
That's where I go live at the most. I got a
The
strike
thing about
on
it is,
YouTube, so they won't let me go live right now.
because he's on this side. I don't know why he would stay on this side.
420.
I would go to the other side.
Yeah, I know. It's 9:03, you guys. I said I was going to be leaving. I'm getting ready to. Yeah, they want me to be safe, which is amazing. They love me, bro. It's absolutely insane how much love you guys give. I love you guys so much.
Yeah, I'm definitely
USA.
don't believe. See, like, I mean, there's barely anybody standing over on the other side, even the spectator wise. So, and there's just hardly anybody there, and that's the way it is for most of the time.
Yeah, y'all just have fucked up police. I mean,
Yeah,
somehow, some way, y'all gotta get people to vote in a new mayor and vote in a new.
Well,
I don't know how you do it.
You know what was really trippy is so she just put this $4.3 million bill through that basically screwed us big time, and that was rushed through. We didn't get a vote on that or nothing, and now I see. Of course, we got our midterm or whatever the hell it is. Anyways, we just got our pamphlet, and that fucker is so thin that you can. I mean, it must be like we used to have. It was more, I mean, quarter of an inch thick or something. Now it's like 3-4 pages. That's it. So they voted on everything that they want dealt with. Now we just got a bunch of bullshit that they're going to let us vote on. It pisses me off.
You want to shine it in my face, bro? I'm gonna do everything I can to get that shit out of my face. Yeah, and then the cops come over and tell me not to do the strobe. It's ridiculous.
I don't know. I think maybe a better course of action. I mean, I don't know. You can tell me you live there. I don't. Instead of going out and yelling at these Antifa people and these pink-haired, room temperature IQ people, they start walking the streets, passing out. Who's the mayor? Who's running for mayor that the other side wants to win? Who's the guy or lady? Is there like a candidate that?
For mayor?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not right in Portland, so I don't get a vote on that.
Okay.
But I'm not sure if there's any. I mean, to try to get a Republican right now, you might be able to get a Republican. The only problem is even the Democrats that don't believe with a lot of this shit, they're so brainwashed that they wouldn't, because it's got a title of a Republican on it, they wouldn't vote for it or vote for them because they're Republican. They hate them that much.
So they're just outnumbered, basically.
Right here in this area, yes, in the Portland metro area, it's terrible.
So you have your own. You have your own mayor, or
we have our own mayor. Yeah, in the town I live in, we have our own mayor, and then the governor is just. I mean, she's so airheaded. She doesn't get it at all. I mean, it's sickening. It's really sickening to watch. The things that they have done, it's just, oh my gosh. And then, of course, they got a liberal chief to come in as well, and he's just, they have the right to do this. They're not causing any problems. Yes, they are. It's, this goes on all night long. These people don't get sleep. They're shitting on sidewalks, and when I say these people, I mean the people across the street in that apartment complex. They don't get any sleep because this goes on all night. I think he's done.
Well, that where it always hits me is where I go back to, okay, in this city, you're living downtown in apartments and you can't sleep at night. All this is going on. The bullhorns, the arrest, the tear gas, the people riding around in bikes with no clothes on in front of your children, all that stuff. And you still go to the ballot box and vote the same person in.
Right.
At that point, I just don't have anything left for you.
Right.
To feel sorry for you.
It's like, how many times do you guys expect this not to happen? Well, see, now you have to understand. Now it's in these people that live across the street. This is the first time they've had to deal with this because it's the ICE building. They weren't ever, picketing at the ICE building before. So this is the first time they had to deal with it. Now, back in 2020, well, that was a whole different area of town. And so those people, well, here's the problem with them is it was right around that college. So you know how they were you cannot unbrainwash those ones. I mean, they started them out brainwashed from kindergarten all the way through their college years. I mean, there's no way to fix that shit. It's embedded in them. I mean, I don't know how else to put it.
Well, unfortunately, there's only one solution for that town.
Right?
If you're outnumbered, I mean, I guess you just got people there. It's just going to have to go to shit.
Mm-hmm.
and then people will just get tired of living in squalor, and they'll vote another way, and it'll get built back up again. But I guess people are willing to let it go farther. So that's the beauty about the country. We have 50 different governments, local. I mean, I guess people choose what they want, you know.
You should have seen all these people that were naked. I hadn't seen it till right now, and I don't see. Whoa, was that a hole? No, I don't think anything's naked. Oh, now it is.
Were any of the participants good looking, or were they all slobs?
Oh, disgusting, dude. It was disgusting. Like, it'll make you sick. They all lay down on the bridge. I think that's the bridge. Let's see, what's it say? Protest is a right, even a Portland nude die-in during the World Naked Bike Ride. Though the right ends where another begins. Oh, fuck.
Well,
Don't block traffic, interfering the free trade of goods and services, and never trade one cohesion for another. Oh,
see, right there, they could have netted a whole bunch of loonies and started a little farm and said, "Here's your farm. You can't leave the farm."
They're just fucking crazy, dude. They're nuts. It's nuts. I was trying to find another live, but I didn't see one. Which is fine. I could really care less about them anymore. It's just like, you guys are pathetic. I mean, it is so bad. And when I say so bad, it's not like it's that many, but it is enough to, like I said, those people that live in those, you know, like some of them are, here's the other thing about that apartment complex is it's, I think it's low income housing. So a lot of those people are handicapped. Like I seen like, I don't know, 3 or 4 with walkers, and the one guy there, the Jerry, he's in a wheelchair and he lives in that apartment complex. And I mean, they attacked him. They fucked him up. And these people, they just want to sleep. It's not like they're going down there to, you know, they're just telling them to shut the fuck up. Knock it off. Could you imagine trying to deal with that?
Yeah, I that's what I was saying all along. This should have been curfews, you know. Simple as that.
Yes, all the other places they get curfews, and why is it that, you know, these aren't? Good night, Ann. Thanks for coming, honey.
Toodly doos.
But that would, I guess, pose a problem, because if it's just happening across the street from the ICE buildings, where you put citywide curfews, people are like, "What do you mean I can't go out after 10? I'm going to the bar."
Well, it would probably just be for, okay, this area from here to here, you know. I mean, I'm sure that's what they did in Chicago was, you know, it was just by the ICE building that they gave curfews to. They didn't, I don't think they gave it to the whole town. There's no way. Can you imagine? Chicago, stay home. No. Only during COVID.
And they still managed to keep their murder rate up high.
Well, Chicago's been
well, the government
it's
helped.
horrible. It's horrible. Yes, I agree. But I mean, it's been like that since when I was a kid. I mean, that's what they used to write rap songs about, was fucked up Chicago and the Bloods and the Crips. I mean,
Yeah, well, I mean, come on. I'm pretty sure, isn't there songs from the 40s wrote about that shit?
Oh, it's been. And there's a lot of stuff, too, that is government induced as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, drugs getting in. There's this old gangster. I saw an interview with him a long time ago, maybe like 7, 8 years ago. He was a reformed gangster, went to prison, became a Christian, and he came out, and he's trying to help. He does all these ministries, tries to save these young kids and stuff. And he did an interview. He was like, we would go out, we'd walk outside at 4:00 in the morning, and there'd be a crate of guns just sitting there. Just a crate, and they'd open up the crate, and there were a bunch of guns in there that weren't legal to buy. So they just opened up, and everybody grabbed a gun.
Damn.
Like, where did that crate come from? Well, where did the drugs come from?
Give them their own bomb. You know, rage against the machine. You know, here's you some weapons. So many lives lost, man.
Nuts, I'm telling you.
But thank God for good beer.
Yeah, and I've noticed a trend too since I've been alive anyway and paid any attention to politics at all. I've kind of noticed the trends when economics are bad. There's always culture stuff and all this stuff to fight about. But when everything's, going well, it's all focused on how great the politicians are because it's going well. Meaning that there seems to be a trend of when they're raping us blind and everybody is struggling. Here, go get mad at this freak in Portland. Go get mad at this gang shooting in Chicago. Go get mad at, whatever. It just seems to be a trend. Every decade I've been following politics.
You could almost say it was kind of like Democratic side doing it most of the time, but then you got Bush, which he was a closet Democrat. So I don't know, man. War machine. That's where the money was, and is building stuff to kill people. That was it Eisenhower that said, watch out for your military complex, your builders. And so I don't know, man. It's scary shit out there. They got bombs that can kill you hundreds of feet below the ground.
Yeah, I think it was George Carlin who said that one time in an interview. He was like, if the government presents you with a bunch of boogeymen that you should be afraid of, you can be rest assured you probably are having trouble paying your rent.
So what you got planned for the rest of the week there, Gutters?
Oh, I don't have my grandson this week. I wanted to go camping, but my husband didn't take the time off, so I didn't want to go by myself.
Grab and take out there.
What's that?
You ain't got a son or somebody partner in crime to go party?
Well, one son's out of the state, and the other son has to work, so he just took vacation, so he can't take more. And yeah, and my daughter's just way too busy at work, so yeah.
You got no Louise? You got no Louise for your Thelma side?
That's right. No Louise for my Thelma. She died, actually. Bitch died on me. She used to. This is where she used to live, is here in the same town I did, and she freaking died. Damn her.
Yeah.
So it looks like Seattle is getting all fired up too.
About what?
Well, just riots.
Really? Seattle?
Yeah, well, somebody said they were, but I'm trying to find them on Twitter and I don't see them. They might be easier to find on YouTube.
That whole region is just like the same type of person.
Well, the problem is you have California, and then you have Oregon, and then you have Washington. And what's happened is, even though the Californians have had this attitude of, let's be, that whole liberalism bullshit, and progressive and blah blah blah.
Progressive. That's the word for it. Progressive.
Well, I mean that's what they wanted to call it back in the day.
Yeah.
Right. They have seemed to put a lot of them that have like one brain cell to, at least play with. They have decided to leave that area. And so then they go to new states like Oregon and Washington and Montana. And now they're infiltrating those states. Montana is just damn near blue, if it's not already. I mean, it's that close to being blue, and it used to be pure white, or pure red. So it just amazes me how much people wake up in California and then they move out, but then they deal with the same bullshit. And so that's what's happened in these areas. You can watch Oregon and Washington to know what they're going to do. All you got to do is see what California's doing, and in a very short amount of time, they'll do the same thing. Colorado's another one. And it's just awful because they're the most beautiful estates you ever seen without the people.
Yeah, Colorado sure has changed in the last 10 years.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's ridiculous. You know, Denver used to be a place that was pretty fun to go visit, you know?
Yeah, it's actually been about the last 20 years that it's just really gotten shitty. It's terrible.
I've seen it change hard in the last 10, though. You know, and you're right. It started probably around 20 years ago.
Yeah, it's awful.
But then they got a Democrat. No, I keep having to keep going back to getting a Democratic governor and that kind of stuff. But it's true.
Yeah.
When it turns blue, it turns to shit. In my opinion.
Well, yeah, I mean that's what the Democratic Party is now. It's all about diversity and inclusion, and we can get the first Asian midget with a disability to become the president of a company. It's all that stuff where nobody cares about that. Nobody cares about that. People just want the best people. You want the best pilots. You want the best this. I don't care who they are. I want to fly from one place to the other without crashing. I want to, that's what most people, no matter what party, care about. But that's their new party. They stepped away from a lot of things they did well way back in the day. There's a reason people, the 40-hour work week, instead of them forcing you to work 80 hours a week. There's a reason you have sick days. There's the reason, one state can't flow all their toxic waste out into the state to the south of them. It was mostly due to Democrats, and they totally lost their way. And it's all about identity politics and shit like that. But there's a lot of things that is like I was saying, Reagan, he won the White House by 49 states, and everybody voted Democrats in the House. It just used to be a lot different. It's just nuts.
It is crazy.
They've just gone too far. And that's what I'll agree with. Sometimes these lunatics will make a good point that I've always agreed with. And I'll agree with it. And then people are like, what? So you support Obama? And I'm like, no, you retard. You one of them liberals? No.
No, he's a communist, pure and simple.
Well, I definitely think we have to think for ourselves.
Absolutely.
Can't agree with everything one person says. There's just no way. Now, and I understand that you can't bitch about every single thing they do. You do gotta, you gotta realize what they are doing right, and I get that. But when there's something that you do feel that's pretty, drastic that needs to be changed, it is a little frustrating. Now, I am very shallow and I don't know nearly enough about any of it to make decisions like he has to make. However, I can say that it is night and day between what this country was going through with Biden and what is happening now. Now, there's still things that aren't dealt with. And like I said, my number one thing is getting these prices down. People are not going to be able to live without it. So it's got to be dealt with. So, and I mean, I feel like that needs to be addressed sooner than later.
Well, I don't think that's a minor thing, but
No,
I have, like you were saying, you have to agree, or you can point out things that you disagree with, but you can't freak out too much. My problem is it's the big things I disagree with. I haven't changed any opinion from when I voted for him in November at all. It seems they have changed. I haven't changed one bit on what I wanted and what he promised. I haven't changed one bit. He seems to be the one that's changed a lot.
What hasn't he? What did he promise that he?
I think he's done a great job on the border. Little things with the border I don't agree with, just based on what's law. But he's done well on that. But his foreign policy is atrocious. The tariffs are atrocious.
You say the tariffs are atrocious, but we were, a lot of the countries that we put tariffs on wouldn't even allow our consumables there in their country
because they don't because we don't hardly make anything and they don't need it.
We make a lot of stuff. What are you saying?
Well, this is okay. I'll give you a good example. He said he was mad at Japan because they don't buy American vehicles. Well, Japan makes their own vehicles. They all drive fucking Hondas and Toyotas. And we make a lot of SUVs, mini SUVs, trucks, stuff like that. The Japanese people don't need trucks. They don't need SUVs. They don't need those things. That's the reason they don't buy them. And that was something that he brought up.
Well, that's true, but
nobody in Tokyo is driving around in a 3500 diesel Dodge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. There's a lot of different things, that we make that we offer to other countries that we weren't allowed to even go in, or if we did, we just the deficits in the trade brought about these, and a lot of them being fine-tuned to fit each country. And I think it's a great thing because we got a lot of money coming in that should be able to sustain us without having to have us being taxed so hard. I kind of agree with him. Why not get it from other countries who owe us and who've been ripping us off for years? I think it's the shoes on the other foot now, and they're working their way out of it. Ain't none of them. Other countries closed down because we put tariffs on them. And just same thing with NATO. To get them guys to pay their fair share and take responsibility of that Ukraine war, and him wash his hand out of it. He's there just to stop them from dying, and they're trying to keep the thing going.
I'm gonna grab water. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Well, but I'm like you. He doesn't have all the answers.
Well, no.
I don't agree with some of the things he does.
Well, the thing, and I don't want to just get on some soapbox and just yap for 20 minutes, but the thing with the tariffs, it's just a different world in 2025 because we have sold out a lot of our companies to overseas.
Absolutely.
And when you tariff people, one, it's a new economy. There's a lot of other factors involved, but we don't have the infrastructure to bring everything back. He's doing it as across the board tariffs. He's not saying, okay, we want this specific industry back, so we're just going to tariff you on this one industry. because we think we can handle it pretty quickly and do our own. He's doing across the board. Everything they send to us is tariffed. And they don't pay the tariffs. The American companies do at the port of entry. So when Trump talks about that $500 billion from the money we've received in tariffs, that $500 billion has not any of it has been paid by other countries. It's all paid by American companies who buy the product, and they have to pay them.
And a lot of times the company that's selling them have to bring down their price for us to buy them so that we can resell them in our country. So it does affect them. It's not just the person that's buying them to spread them through the country, burdened with all the tariff for buying it. And it's, the price of what they're selling them for to the person that distributes them in the United States is not suffering the whole burden. It's coming off that other side too.
But that money's not, the prices are going up. And the reason that's not happening is because the reason this is a different world is because that would have been easier to do in the past when China and Russia weren't superpowers.
Yeah.
But we're not the only game in town anymore, and that's our fault. We did that.
Exactly.
So a lot of these countries, instead of dealing with us, they're just going to, there's deals all over the news that happen all the time where we're just going to stop fucking with America and we'll deal with China and Russia.
Yeah.
So, and we're just sitting there with our dick in our hands.
I think we'll always lead the way.
It's all a roll of a dice.
Yeah.
That we'll build all this stuff up, and in a decade we'll see the results of it.
Yeah.
But until then, you go to the store and you buy 2 bags of groceries for $180.
Yeah, right. And to go, eat the cat and eat the dog.
And the problem with that is when it's next time to vote, people are going to be like, well, man, all these tariffs should kick in about 8 years. They're going to look at right now today, what affects me today, and it's the prices of things. That's where it's going to lose them elections in 2028 and probably 2026.
I think they'll be coming down way before then. They're already on their way down, whether you think they are or not, or say they are or not, but they're already on their way down. Petroleum goes down and everything follows the petroleum.
Well, we'll just have to disagree there. They're small businesses.
Yep.
These tariffs work the way they work.
Well, I'm not going to sit here and try to tell you every tariff is designed for every person. I mean, they get caught up in a heavy tariff. It's usually a high end residual on the person who's selling it. Is are they really willing to get into their profit to sell it in our country? And is the person willing to take the shot at distributing their product in our country by the price that the host country is charging him for the product? And I agree. Mom and pop businesses have been hurt for a long time. I think they pretty much bottomed out, and it's on the rise back. I think entrepreneurs are a diehard breed.
Well, it's not just mom and pop, like with a family owning a little restaurant. I mean, it's not restaurant type stuff. It's people who own small businesses that employ like 200 people, in a warehouse, and they make a product and sell it online or whatever the product is. And to make their product, they need three pieces, right? 2 of them they can get in America pretty cheap, but that third piece to make the product, they have to get overseas because it's just not available, or there's just not enough production of it to keep up with their stream of revenue or what they sell. So they have to go overseas. And the price of that one part to complete their product here jacks up their price. So they have to jack up their price, and then now they can no longer compete with the bigger companies. So they have to.
I understand. Yeah, I understand that. Pretty much what I said.
Well, mom and pop,
and
I
that's
just
that.
get the idea of like,
Yeah.
Gigi
Yeah,
and Marv running a yogurt shop.
Exactly. Exactly. A construction company, or, uh, there's a lot of businesses, with 50 and more employees and stuff that, had to tighten their belt. But where did it all start from? Where did it all begin to really dump out? Who's administration? And that's got to be taken into account, and he's got to be given time to fix it. A lot of them ain't quick fixes, and but it is getting better. It can't get no worse. Well, I guess it could, but they've been jacking with us since they took us off the gold reserve.
Yeah.
Let people start making money out of thin air. Why do they get to print the money? What do they got a value that can cover the bit what their bills they're printing, and that they're making the money. So it's obviously their money they're lending to us. Show me the capital they got to prove that they're that money's even worth money. And it's always going to go back to minerals and as in the petro industry was what they changed it to, the petrodollars to the gold dollar. So what's next? It's just like Bitcoin. That shit's just out of thin air too.
Yeah, the stock market. I mean, after COVID too, I think COVID was probably the final blow to this country. To be honest, the largest transfer of wealth. From 20% of small businesses lost their businesses and never got them back, and now we're heading towards that again. And to even add to it, but it just seems everything today is for the corporations or other countries. That's what it feels like. Well, that's what it is. But like, they'll brag about, bacon costs $9 or $10. Your burrito that used to cost $1 at Taco Bell now is $6. A 20-ounce Coke at the gas station, it used to be $1.29. Now it's fucking $3.99. That's all good and everything, but look at the stock market. And then you look at the stock market in 2025, like 80% of these huge gains are in AI companies. Do any of you guys have stock in AI? Do any of you guys have stock in AI companies?
No.
I didn't think so. So you're worried about the $10 bacon, not the AI companies on the stock market, right? Exactly.
That's a very good point.
Like I say, have your bug out bag ready, you know what I mean? So some way to get you gather you some victuals. I think,
Well, there's only two things you need to get what you need. I'm telling you. As long as you have those two things, you good. Because everybody else will save all the other things. You just need two things. That's all you need. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, what should happen, like in Portland there, you got the pink pussy hat people on one side with nose rings. And then on the other side, you got some guy wearing a Trump T-shirt with Trump riding shirtless on a horse saying, God bless America. Those people should stop yelling at each other, walk across the street, be like, hey, man, is bacon $10 for you too? We should probably stop worrying about this stupid shit and make sure our politicians are fucking doing it. Like, that's the only way it gets fixed, in my opinion, as long as everybody chooses sides and acts like... I've seen people on both sides that I know personally who, whether they're Democrat or Republican, they've believed something their whole life one way, and because of Trump, either way, bad or good, whether they hate him or love him, they've changed their position based on what he says. And he could change that position a month later and they'll change again with him, whether they hate him, whether they go against him or for him. And it's the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Well, they had a study where they put, 50 people on an island and stuff like that, and then they choose one person randomly to ostracize. How everybody was his friend a week ago, but now maybe he shouldn't be in here because they want to be part of the clique. So I don't know. We got a long way to go. I'm 66 years old. I just wish I better. I hope I don't. All I can do is hope and pray for a better America. And I hope the things that I think is going to go down, and maybe bring some sanity back in the world for my daughter's sake.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, the kids are the ones that's going to pay.
I lived off the gravy of the land because growing up in my era was the greatest, period. Best music, best fun, best parents. Did everybody pull the same drumstick or lucky wishbone that I did as a kid, having the great parents and a home and plenty to eat, and we didn't have everything we wanted, but we damn sure had everything we needed, and then some. But and I had, I don't know, man, to watch from never even taking your keys out of your car to having a dog in the yard just because somebody might try to steal your car is crazy. And I never seen the lack of self pride, these TikTokers, these girls and young men that get up there and do seductive shit, or dress or not dressed, or being immoral, and just our whole scheme of things that went afoul. I don't know, man. I guess I am stuck in my own ways, and I'm not a MAGA person. There's a lot of the ideas of MAGA that fit in the way I think, but I'm not a MAGA, But I am a patriot, so you want to call me a MAGA, I fit that better than I do a leftist, extreme leftist, Antifa, Quifa. So
yeah, I mean that's what most people do. They pick a side and just be like, whatever this side says, that's what I'm rolling with.
Yeah, I believe in my own theories. I got my own theories. I don't need either side to tell me which way to think. And that's a hard thing to do nowadays. How many families ostracize other persons in their family because they like Trump or that they didn't like Trump? So I don't know. I think the MAGA people were a little more tolerant. That's been kind of proven a bunch of times, but I just have hopes for my daughter.
Yeah.
I just really do. That's what I got to pray for and go for. And the information that I've gleaned watching this shit unfold for the last 6 years, I think he's got them. I think he really did get them all. And it's gonna be some fucking gnashing of the teeth, and they won't be able to walk down Main Street without being shamed, or being locked up. I hope to get gutters and just go, see, I told you, bitch. I told you. They were going to arrest him, for that, just because she's so demanding. She wants right now, and I understand her because I want it right now. But I got a little more fisherman in me. I got a little more patience, I guess. But she's right what she talks about when she says it, and I can't deny it. It's time for all this idiocy to be handled, and people that are guilty of that shit need to go to jail.
Yep.
If you're a pedo, you need a guillotine.
Well, don't ask Cash Patel about that. You won't know which way he's looking at you. You looking at me or Mr. Duggar?
Right. I used to have a friend. She had a eye that when she was a little girl, it was kind of wild and it went everywhere. And so they had done surgery on it and they got it to stay so that when, she moved one eye, that eye followed like it was supposed to. And over the years that the surgery basically became weak and she had to get it redone. But before she did, I was working with her and we'd been working together for quite a while and I had noticed that it was getting worse and we used to really rib each other big time about all kinds of shit. And so when I would talk to her and that one eye would start drifting off, I'd be like, bitch, I'm talking to you. Would you just focus? It used to just piss her off.
Like that guy Columbo. He had one of them eyes. Wondering eyes.
Yeah. She was pretty funny. I mean, she handled it really well. She laughed. But
well, anybody going to any movies lately?
I never go to the movies because it's cold and it's always too loud. It makes my freaking ears hurt by the time we leave there. So I never go to a show.
And there's rarely any good movies to go see.
Right?
Last one I went and seen Avatar. That's the last one I went with my daughter.
I just wait till they,
And that's what,
on
10
TV.
years ago, 12 years ago?
Yeah, some is what, early 2000s? I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe 20 years ago. Shit, who knows?
Gosh, I think it's been like 20 years for me. And it was with two girlfriends and we went. And of course, we got pie-eyed before we went. And because it was so loud in there, we had bought hot tamales, and one of the girls, it was so loud, she put the hot tamales in her ears so it wasn't so loud. It was funny or shit. We laughed all night over that shit. It was so
yeah.
What movie did you see?
I don't remember, but I remember we were all very loud.
Really.
We talked so loud. I don't remember the movie.
I hate those people.
Oh, God, it was awful. I'm sure everybody in that theater was just like, oh, my God, these bitches. And we were dying laughing. I mean, oh, it was so funny. We had so much fun. We didn't care. It was rude of us, probably, but we were too
Yeah,
rich
this
to
was
care.
way long ago, but I'm not. I've got a short temper, as we all know. But I turned around and talked to people 2 rows behind me. They were just having their own conversation. They went to a movie and they're just like, we're just going to have our own conversation at normal volume level. And I turned around. I turned all the way around and I was like, oh yeah, then what happened? And I started talking. I'm like, no, well, I can't hear the movie, so now I'm interested in your story. Can you go into detail? And then I started asking them questions, and then finally they just got up and left.
Good for you.
Well, and then everybody got to hear the movie.
Right.
Well, we kept trying to be quiet, but, we'd just end up busting up laughing, trying to make each other be quiet. It was, yeah, we had fun. We were definitely well on our way by the time we got to the movie theater, but it was, yeah, we were having a blast.
I think the funniest thing I've ever heard was somebody was on their phone. It was one of the, I can't remember which Tarantino movie it was, but somebody it was a recent one, Well, not too recent. But people kept fucking with their phone and talking on speaker and stuff like this. And I just remember hearing this guy scream out from the way back. He's like, turn your fucking phone down or I'm going to come down there and shove it up your ass. And the phone stopped and everybody started clapping.
The kids, they get mad at me because my phone's always up, too loud. And they're like, fuck, Mom, you do know that you have volumes for all the things. Like, it's not just one volume button. Like, there's a volume button for your systems. There's a volume button for your notifications. There's a volume button for your audio. There's a volume button for your media. I'm like, oh, well, I know, but that seems like a pain in the ass. They're like, yeah, well, it's a pain in the ass to hear your ring go off. It's a pain in the ass to hear your texts go off. Because I leave everything up. I don't even think about turning it down.
Oh, God. You must be miserable to be around.
Yeah.
Ding, ding,
ding.
ding.
Right.
Ding.
Ring.
Ding, ding, ding. It's really simple. You just go into notifications, you see all your apps, and you just click the ones that you want on and the ones that you don't want off.
Right.
But you're probably like, you don't want to miss anything. So
I don't. You know me. I'm sticky. I'm going to know about everything.
She's nosy.
That's right. I gotta know.
She's Goss's center.
Well, no, but I gotta know. I mean, tell nobody, but I gotta know. Uh-oh, the dogs need out. Mom's using that as his excuse. She's going to piss off the porch. That's what you're gonna do, huh, Ma?
I'm going grouse hunting in the morning, so I'm gonna say my goodnights here in just a minute.
I'll show you what my son got.
Well, you get him a buck?
He got 2 of them from Idaho.
Wow.
Jalapeno deer sausage incoming?
Well, actually, he got 1, and my mother-in-law got the other one. But she didn't want her picture taken. So, my grandson, and
put it on the big screen. That's an eater.
Yep. Little 4-point. Then
there.
Here's a better picture of just the head. Maybe we can see it.
Not like a decapitated deer.
That's right. We don't care.
Right in my day.
And then this was a little fatty he got. His horns weren't as big, but he was way chunkier. So yeah, they had fun. He wanted to get a turkey tag, but they won't let somebody go up and just buy a turkey tag in Oregon. You actually have to, or in Idaho, an out-of-state one. If you're from out of state, you actually have to order it online in advance. It's like, oh, come on.
Well,
especially with all the.
I'm gonna go find some blue grouse tomorrow, and things are tasty.
Oh, are you?
Uh-huh.
Nice. Yeah.
And I like hunting spring turkey. I'm not a big fall turkey guy. I like calling them in.
And the hunters I know, they either love hunting turkey or they fucking hate it, and they don't do it.
My son just does it.
I love calling them in.
We just basically, they do it just to keep the turkey down because they spread wild roses and shit so bad, and it just takes up, way too much of their land that they use to, grow hay and shit on. So that's why they got to keep the turkey and shit down. So
plus they make a pretty good pot pie too.
Yeah. I'm not much of a wild turkey eater, to tell you the truth.
I just breast them and take some off the thigh and make a big old pot pie out of it. It's really good. You wouldn't know. You wouldn't even know that was a wild turkey when I get through with it.
Nice.
I cook it in the pressure cooker. You
Yeah,
know,
Sean was.
especially to make sure the legs and the thigh get in there. You know, because them things been running from everything since the day they were born. There's been something trying to eat them since they was an egg.
Yeah. Fun stuff.
Yeah.
Yum yum. I can't wait. I love whitetail versus the mule deer. I don't like that shit that we have here. I'd rather get the whitetail.
Yeah, I like whitetail.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the ones that have been hanging around wheat fields and
Mm-hmm.
cornfields and stuff.
Yeah, that's where these were just taken from.
We got a couple places up here where we can hunt mule deer near farms, and man, they're so much better eating deer than the ones that live out there in the sage on the mountains. And we get some really, really big bucks too. I'm talking about we got bucks 250, 300 pounds mule deer.
Yeah.
And I never did hunt bear. I can't bring myself to go bear hunting.
Well, I mean,
but we got elk, and I love elk.
Yeah, we got big elk here.
It makes the best chili.
That's Sean's favorite to go do, but he loves to hunt elk.
That's so much work, but it's worth it. You know, I always cut my own up until I took one to the processor one time because I was going on vacation, and I just happened to I shot a nice 5x5, and I took it down there, and this guy processed it for $200 for me. But he made me sausage, he made me steaks, roast, all that shit. And I'm telling you what, it was so much easier, already packaged and cut properly. You know, because except for the back strap and the tenderloin, most of the other stuff, you know, I cut a few steaks or a roast off the back ham, but other than that, I just made chili meat out of it, man. Hamburger.
I got into another argument about chili, Mr. Duggar.
Oh, yeah?
I made myself a pot of something to eat off for 3 days. And I was telling someone about it because they called me and I was making it. And I was like, well, hold on. Let me go do this. Like, what you making? I was like, I don't know. Just throwing some shit in a pot. Like, what you making? She said, what you making? I said, well, I don't know. Threw some hamburger meat, browned it a little bit, put some taco seasoning on it, got some borracho beans, some vegetables, some chicken broth, some onions, some, just threw it all in the pot and gonna let it simmer a little while. She's like, oh, so you made chili? I'm like, no, it's not chili.
It's chili beans.
She's like, how is that not chili? I'm like, well, there's no chilies in it for one, so how can I call it chili? She's like, that's chili. I'm like, one, it has beans and it has no chilies in it, so how in God's name can it be called a chili?
Dude, they had such a good run of green chili and red chili this year. It's so tasty, man. I filled my freezer up. I eat chili just about every day. I never thought I'd get hooked on that shit, but it just goes with everything, you know. Any kind of stew you cook, or I make green chicken chili enchiladas and chicken and rice. But it's really good with just some eggs and some bacon and some corn tortillas, you know. But anyway, I'm gonna get out of here because I'm gonna get up early in the morning. And
Alrighty.
I tried to keep him a little bit with the chili story, which is a true story, but I tried my best to keep. I tried my best to pull off a TF there.
Well shot at. Well done, sir. Well done, sir. Go Aggies.
I'm not as skilled as one TF, but
Hey,
It worked for 3 minutes.
that's right. You did good. Oh, and he's out. He's like, you ain't getting me. He was done. You have Thai chilies growing wild and harvesting now. Wow. Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's probably time to shut her down anyways, right? We've already at what? Almost 3 hours. We did good, didn't we?
I think so. Maybe.
Maybe.
We'll see how the views go.
Right? We'll see. They were great to begin with, and then, they usually kind of die off. People want to go find something else to hang out on, watch, and whatever. I don't blame them. So, yeah. What are you doing for this week? When are you going to do a live again?
Probably half past never. Maybe the week after never. Or next never.
I should have known it was going to be never.
Whenever I have free time, which I have none of lately.
I know. Life. It always sucks, man. Just
I had some tonight. So that's
right. Yeah. We should be thankful. Yeah. I wasn't sure at first, but I was glad that, well, I wasn't really glad because it meant that my granddaughter lost both of her matches. So, which is why I was able to get home on time. So, but that's okay. Like I tell her, you never learn when you guys win. So, and you always learn when you lose. So, I did get to video it though on my GoPro. So now I can just send her the whole game so she can see all the things that they did wrong.
High school sports are so much fun. Even if I know you hate sports, but it's so much fun to see those kids love what they're doing. They're so into it. They work hard at it.
Yep.
And when they win, it's like with my son with wrestling. There's nothing better than watching that.
I got a question for you. So, if you have kids that say they get hurt, they get a concussion or whatever, spraying their ankle, whatever, and they got to be out of the game. Do you think that they should be at the game even though they're not participating?
Yeah. Unless it's like a medical thing. But yeah, like my son got a really bad concussion wrestling. He got flipped over and landed right on his head in a weird way. And like we took him to the doctor and everything, and at one of the tests they were like, spell these words, and he couldn't spell any words. Like easy words like world, WORLD. He couldn't spell them. He was like WDDR. Like he was it was a horrible concussion. But it was like he couldn't compete for a couple of weeks, but well, he wanted to go. He was like, I got to support my teammates, and he was there like screaming them on, like, go, whatever.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. So that's how and I believe that is what the school says is, even if you're out, as long as you're not at a doctor's appointment or whatever, you should be there to supporting your team.
Yeah, I have no problem with that.
There was 3 girls that 2 of them supposedly got concussions, and maybe they did. The other one, I don't remember. I think she hurt her ankle or something. Anyways, she was out. They were out for 3 games. They showed up to 1. And when they came back, he shoved them right back in to start. And then they ended up missing balls and this and that and the other thing. So, and I don't know how much practice they had this week. I think that you should probably have to do some good practice there before you get right back in. And anyways, it was a little disheartening to see these other kids who had worked very hard. My granddaughter already starts, but there were a lot of kids that don't. So I just feel it's kind of not fair to them because those kids actually picked up the ball and ran with it while those other girls were gone and did really well. They were playing really well. And you could kind of see it just take the wind out of their sails when they were stuck basically back on the bench.
Mm.
So that these little snatches that didn't bother to come and
Snatches.
support
Uh,
their teammates. I just didn't think it was fair. I didn't think it was right. And I think the parents they're not bitching, but they would like to know how that all works, because to me, it would make kids go, well, okay, I don't need to show up for that game. I've got something else going on, and I'm just going to go do this instead. And I'm going to say that I hurt my ankle and I can't show, and so on and so
well,
forth.
what I love about sports is it's not just about the sport. These coaches really put a lot of time into it, and they take it seriously. A lot of these coaches are trying to, obviously this doesn't apply to the NFL where it's all professional. Everybody's getting paid fucking $20 million a year. That's just, these are grown men, whatever. It doesn't apply there.
No, these guys are volunteering their time, basically.
Basically, they don't get paid that. I mean, they're not here making $200,000 a year to be a football coach or a volleyball coach. But there's a lot of things that instill discipline, teamwork, and stuff like that. And that's what these coaches are doing when they do stuff like that. Is like they're trying to build character in these kids. It's not just about winning and losing.
Right. I agree. Right.
And like I did that thing too. I kind of put on the dad coach thing when he first started wrestling a few years ago. And it was like the first time I was there. It was the first time he was wrestling, the first time I was there. And I think maybe he was like, he just was frustrated because he didn't want to disappoint or whatever, but he lost his first match. And he's really, really good now, but he lost his first match. And I saw him get up and he went and he kicked the swing doors open and went in the hallway. And I was like, what the hell? So I go out there. I'm like, what's wrong? He's like, I should have done this. Like, he was real upset. I told you, I can't fucking lost, I was like, so what are you gonna quit? How many of your teammates lost tonight? Are you gonna quit and just sit there and feel sorry for yourself? And while we were doing it, the door swung open and one of his teammates broke his arm. And I was like, are you gonna, sit out here and feel sorry for yourself, or you can get your ass up there and go support your teammate who just broke their arm? I don't know, high school, it just teaches these kids a lot of things like that,
Yep. Well, after the game, I said, hey, Book, you did awesome. She goes, yeah, thanks, Grandma. And she gives me a hug and a kiss. And of course, I try to lick her face like I do every time I see her. And she said, did you see that shot that I got, Grandma? And I said, yeah. And she said, did you get it? And I said, yeah. I said, I got all this time because I'm on the GoPro. And she goes, oh, I said, I got all the good and the bad. And she goes, Nana. I said, what? She said, you didn't have to put it that way. And that's her way. This is what I love about her. She has a really good attitude for the most part. There are sometimes if I see her, like if she misses a ball or something, there's once in a while she'll be like, you can kind of see it like way down on her really heavy. But for the most part, she does pretty good at bouncing back and going, it was me. It was my ball. Damn it. Sorry. But I'll try better next time, or whatever it is she says. And she usually does really well. I mean, she'll bounce right back. So for me, that's what I want to see sometimes that's really hard to do when you missed a ball or whatever. You want to, a lot of times you're your own worst enemy because you beat yourself up so bad about it. And so I love seeing how her character, it is really building her character. It's changing how she looks. Like, she's always been a kid that's always tried to look on the bright side of things. It's probably why a lot of times she's team captain and things like that. But it's pretty cool to see how her attitude, and she actually teaches us adults sometimes when we're like, what the hell was that? She'll be like, no big deal. It's fine. Whatever. So it's cool to see.
Yeah, these coaches do. If I were to do it over, I wish I could be some sort of like football coach or something. I watch these things. I'm like, man, that would seem so much fun to do that. But it teaches a lot of life lessons, because what's true in life, Gigi? you're going to get kicked in the nuts a whole lot, right?
Right.
Things are going to go wrong. You're going to have your ups and downs,
Mhm.
but it's how you respond to them. And that's what high school sports teaches them. Like,
Yep.
well, if you want to get better and not lose all the time, you got to put in the work and you
Yeah.
got to, you know.
Yeah. Well, and after seeing her this year, last year, you know, it's extremely expensive to put them into one of the clubs, especially once they get into high school. I mean, it costs like about $4,000 to put her into this. And it's one of those things where, you know, something like that, that it would really stress on my daughter's financial situation for what she already has to pay and then to pay that. And so she was trying to, you know, talk her daughter into doing something, you know, maybe that wasn't quite like that. And I said, no, 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 no. She is putting everything into it and she gets good grades and she goes, I mean, she is doing good and that's what she wants to do. And she's like, but mom, that's expensive. I said, that's exactly why the whole family likes to contribute to make sure she gets what she needs. So you don't worry about it. We've already discussed this and that's how that's going to go down. So, because, you know, it's all about the kids. It's all about making sure they get where they need to be. And so I said, don't you worry about it. We'll get it handled. And she's like, no, because then she'll feel like she owes some, you know what I mean? She's just that way. So but I don't care. We want, you know, we always scratch each other's back. So this is what it's all about.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yeah, that's.
Well, and the club that it is in, they don't just make them like, they are very strict with their diets. They are strict with they have to go work out. I mean, they join a gym. That's part of the $4,000 is where they have to join a gym and they have to go. Like, it's not a, well, maybe we'll go. No, you have to go. I mean, they are, and when we first seen these, it's called the Athenas. And but when we first seen them, we were like, oh, these snobby bitches, this is gonna be really, you know, we're not sticking her in something like that. Jesus, they're just, wow, they're really stuck on themselves. And no, these girls are just really, they put so much into it. I mean, when they're not at school and doing homework, it's they're working on their volleyball in one way or another. So, and they are that dedicated to it. So it's just really cool to see. And, you know, I think it will push her to do excel better in so many other things. So I'm all for it.
Yeah. And you'll see that too, because my son loves it so much and it taught him so much discipline.
Mm-hmm.
He got, he's always been, now he's fantastic. Like he's in all these academic competitions and like he takes he's getting college credits. Like he's really good now, but there was a while there he was just kind of lazy with schoolwork just because it was kind of boring.
Yep.
And the wrestling kind of brought it out of him that his grades just went through the roof. It was always there. It's just he was just kind of bored with school, you know.
You know,
but the wrestling brought it up, and he got suspended for a stupid reason. Some teacher said he tried to use AI to do a test, and he totally did not. He just wrote something that was like they ran some AI tester on it, and it was like one sentence they said was AI, and he was like one sentence out of like, you know, a 15-page thing, and so he was suspended for a few weeks, and his grades shot down the tank because he was so depressed, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But just being in wrestling, his grades shot up through the roof. Have you seen that with your like?
Well, yeah, it is. And the other thing that I was going to say was my granddaughter. She actually wanted to do wrestling this year, and she was going to do it, and then that would have took her out of the club, and so she decided she didn't want to do the wrestling because she felt like if she did the club would excel her to the next level with volleyball. But I was actually kind of excited to see her. They actually have a girls wrestling team now. Like the girls in different areas wrestle now together. So, and I think that's really cool. More so than it is than when they have them wrestling with the boys, because I got to tell you, even my boys felt very awkward doing that, like wrestling girls, because they felt like grabbing them and they just felt very awkward, they just I mean, and my boys were pretty much players, but when it come to wrestling in front of their parents, and they didn't like wrestling the girls, that was a bit hard for them. But I mean, they won. I don't think any of my boys lost to the girls, but which was another part that I think was awkward for them. They felt kind of bad. It was like, well, this is bullshit. Why are, of course I'm stronger than her. Of course I'm going to, and we all know that wrestling, it's not all about strength. Of course, it was with my oldest son. My youngest son started wrestling, and then my oldest son decided to join. And he had no technique. And so his first wrestling match, he went out and he just kept pushing the kid to the mat and looking at the ref like, is this good? Is this good? I mean, he was just brute strength, but he had no technique whatsoever. It was pretty funny.
It's all like complicated. Like you got to hook them this way, and you got to flip your hips this way and get them like, it's all.
Marvin was him and his brother both were really good wrestlers. And
I will say this about the girls, though. You mentioned the girls, because there's totally big girls. The boys are all, since I've been watching my son's teams, the boys are it's all rough. I mean, it's all hardcore wrestling and shit like that. They get hurt all the time, break their arms, all this stuff.
Yeah.
One kid blew his ACL out. I mean, it's all, my son got a concussion.
Yeah.
But it's all very sportsmanlike. They're not like mad at each other. They get up, they hug each other and stuff. But I did kind of pick up on the girls. There's a whole lot of girls out there. You felt like those girls want to break each other's arms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I could totally see it. I mean, girls are so much more emotional in every way. So, it's all, I could totally see that. Yeah. Yeah. And I think my granddaughter, I still think she would be, because she's a pretty positive kid. So I think that she'd be positive, but I definitely think that it would push a drive. That's why I was kind of excited about it, because I felt like it was going to push that, like her to that next level of drive. Like just, because there's something about wrestling. I remember when the boys first started taking, I'm like, oh no, ringworm, impetigo. I just went through all of the staph infection. Oh, I was so horrified. And I was big time. And I was a big stickler. I mean, I was on those guys, and the coach, man, I'm like, nope. They, okay, well, we got the boys. Do we make sure the boys wipe off the mats? Well, I watched. I'm like, no, coach, that is not them spraying every couple of squirts and then they wipe it. That ain't good enough. Here, let me show you how this needs to be done. He's like, you're going to use a lot of our solution up. Yep. And so are you if you want my kids on your team, because I'm not having them getting ringworm or none of that shit. 2 squirts on the whole frickin' mat. Are you crazy? Yeah, no. So, yeah. But he was a really nice guy. He laughed. He thought I was funny. But he did start, squirting a hell of a lot more on the mat and getting them a hell of a lot more cleaner.
What a terrible team mom.
I was terrible.
Such and such. Your mom's out there again, spraying the fucking mat again.
Yeah.
Everything's delayed 20 minutes because Gigi.
Just got the scrub brushes out.
Gigi's peroxiding everybody's feet.
The time I caught Sean with the sweatsuit on, I'm going for a run, Mom. I'm like, okay. Well, then he goes in his bedroom. And I'm in the kitchen, and then pretty soon he leaves. And I don't see him leave, but I hear the door shut, and I'm like, I thought he already left. What the hell? So pretty soon, I'm in the living room when he comes back. He thinks I'm still going to be in the kitchen. And he comes back, and he thinks he's hid the sweatsuit underneath his clothes, but I can see it. Yeah, we had words. And he didn't say his coach told him to wear it, and I don't know that his coach did, but let's just say that his coach apologized when I called. So, He never admitted to anything. He just apologized.
Oh, Jesus. I'm sure he probably realized in the first 3 minutes, okay, this is one I just have to apologize and move
That's
on.
right. Exactly. Smart man.
She's not going to shut the fuck up, is she?
He was such a nice guy. Poor Steve. I fucked with him big time. A lot of it was, I just messed with him, but yeah, he was a good guy. He was really good with all the kids too. Always made sure those kids were taken care of, and I mean, there were so many kids that they wouldn't even have food, and Steve would be forking money out of his own wallet. Of course, we did too, to make sure those kids had been fed because, I mean, those little shits, they worked their ass off, and it wasn't like they needed tons of food, but they needed some, especially if they dropped weight.
Oh yeah, yeah. That drop in weight, man, that shit was crazy.
That used to piss me off. I used to tell him too, man. If my kids come out with an eating disorder, I'm coming back to kick your ass.
Yeah, my son, I think he's wrestling once. He normally walks around at 180.
Wow.
But he's wrestling at 175. So he's not, but he wanted to go lower, like 164 or something like that. Because he said he just wanted to dominate people. And I was like,
damn.
I said, if you're just the way you've built up, you're a senior now, the way you eat and work out, if you're naturally 180 now, 16 pounds, that's too much to drop.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to stick with 175.
You just don't want to see him get sick or anything.
Yeah, but those were crazy. And then and not only that, after the wrestling things, the kids have to roll up the big mats and they have to clean the gym and get it back to. So by the time they've probably burned like 7,000 calories. They're starving when they're done with that.
The wrestling room, they had heaters that were on the wall, and they would put blankets over them, or they'd put a blanket over the thermometer with ice, and it would be hotter than a pistol if you walked into that wrestling room. So hot. This is when they were in high school. When they were in middle school, they didn't do that. But when they were in high school, oh my gosh, it would get so hot in there. And that was, I mean, they would be working out and, practicing wrestling and all that shit. And it must have been 90 degrees in there. It was hot. It's like, damn. But I mean, it's the kids, once they got into wrestling, there was no getting them out of it. They loved that sport.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, it's a very hard sport. It's basically just you against one person. It's your skill and will, and the best person wins. And you'll see them. They'll walk up. They're not sweating at all. Yeah. And it's just like a 10-minute match, and they just look like they walked across a desert when they're done.
Yeah.
They can't even breathe. They're bending over. Yep. They're just pouring sweat.
It was so fun, though. It was so fun watching because both my boys were really good at it. Matthew was actually even better than Sean. Sean was pretty good, but Matthew, that was just his sport. Sean's sport was football. Matthew's was he dominated totally in wrestling. They both went to state. Did good.
Yeah, and wrestlers, I mean, it might not be all this fucking MMA stuff or anything like that, but wrestlers too, you're not going to win a lot of fights against wrestlers because they know how to take your ass to the ground. Right. I don't care how good you can throw punches or box or whatever. They will take you down and put you in a pretzel. Yep,
in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Little fuckers used to do it to me all the time. It's like, God damn it, let me go. Shits. Mom, you said we had to practice. And that wasn't what I was talking about, you guys. Of course, I never made them practice at home, but that was always their thing when we were on our way. One of them had decided they were going to take me down right in the middle of the living room right before we'd leave. Come on, dudes.
Yeah, I tested him one day. He said he was practicing in the kitchen. and he was just kind of doing his little routine. You know how they start the wrestling match.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I could take you. And he was like, come on, try it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I've got old man strength. What are you talking about? I've got 40 pounds on you, brother. I went and locked up with him. Within 3 seconds, I was like, he's going to kick my ass. I can't.
Kick my ass.
Like, I felt some strength in there. Like, I haven't used that muscle in like 20 years, so never mind. I'm out.
Marv was the same way with Sean. He's like, yeah, this ain't gonna work. Okay, Sean. Okay. Stop.
All right. Before we got to call 911, let's just
That's
end
right.
this
Before
now.
you hurt me, can you please quit? Oh yeah, fun. All righty. Well, we even got to go over the 3-hour mark. Look at us there. You walked 2 in a row. Bottom of the ninth, state championship game. I deserved it. Walked 2 in a row. Oh. Oh. Oh,
He was a
Esso.
pitcher.
Oh,
pitcher and walked
Esso. Oh.
Well,
Yep, I love
it was
baseball.
fun.
Yeah, I'm glad you came up. Thank you very much. I think we're doing Friday.
Well, I was meaning, I just got so busy with my son today, but Miami plays Friday night. Are we still having the show?
Yeah. We're not stopping for a football game.
I don't know. College football comes around. I don't know. You might need to ask him.
Fools, I swear. Yeah, I know you're listening.
I saw that today. Oh shit, Miami's playing Friday night. I was like, well, there's probably not a show. I guess it depends on what time it starts. Let me see. Hold on.
Actually, Fools probably isn't listening. The dick, he probably went home and fell asleep again. Baker?
This is the last. I'm telling you, this is the latest I've been up, and I don't know. I'm going to bed. Like if I make it to 10:30 at night, I'm lucky. This is the latest I've been up in a while.
Jack.
Let me see here. Scores. All right. Well, it starts at 6, so it'll probably be the end of the game at 9:30 or 7:30 your time.
It doesn't matter. You guys aren't getting out of it because of it's a football game.
But he also might have people over. So that might be a thing too.
No, don't give him any ideas.
No, if he doesn't need me to give him ideas, he's a college football fan. He already has these ideas.
Mm-mm. He's not. Fools, no. Don't even think about it.
And if it's a really good game, I might not even be there anyway. I'll probably be watching it.
You know what? You all are just sucking really bad.
He's
I didn't get a B at the last one. No.
Well, you're gonna have to take that up with your boss. You have to take that up with human resources.
Human resources. He ain't human.
You're gonna have to ask Linda.
Linda
in HR.
Well, I don't know. I just refuse to not be at work on Friday night. Y'all better be there. I've got it down in the banner. See, fools, I put it on the banner, so everybody's going to show up there. You can't not do it. We've already advertised for it. So there. I can push buttons. Right. I can push the buttons in if I just do my own, right? That's what I'll do.
Well, you'll have to talk to the administration about these things.
All right. Well, I guess I'll have to try to get a meeting together for tomorrow night. Wednesday night. That's meeting night. And Thursday night.
I didn't know there was meeting nights. Even I don't even know what's going on in the
Wednesday and Thursday
administration.
night are meeting nights. Every Wednesday and Thursday night. And we've told you this before. And
No.
that's why I'm like, why is he not? Yes, sir. I fucking text you. I'm gonna show you the text.
If you can't find it, you owe me a Diet Coke.
I'm gonna show you the text.
Or $1.3 million, whichever you have, or part ownership in your plane.
LW. It's Marv's plane, not mine. Well, I mean, if he tries to divorce me, it's half mine. It's his plane.
Well, everybody thought I was quitting anyway. I heard you thought I was quitting too. So
You ain't quitting. I said he wants to quit. That doesn't mean you're quitting. Okay. Sent me the link to you. Okay, wait a minute.
Leave out the part where I call you bad names.
Look, I can't. That's the most important part. Where is it?
You hurry up and end this show and say goodbye so I can go pee.
Like you're okay, fine. Okay, well, I know it's in there. Anyway, LW said we got to go. All right, y'all. Thanks so much. I'm going to play like a half a second of this song. Thank you, LW.
Is this
Stay
the
right
new one?
there. Don't even leave. Yeah. Did you hear it?
No.
Oh.
Play it. I got It's either.
I'm going to play it. Listen.
On a wire, there's a lady with a beard, clowns juggling fire.
Is there a video?
Elephants and donkeys.
No, I gotta make one. But I did get some clips.
I was lying, but you know that it's the truth. Get your popcorn ready and pour you something strong. Is the world still spinning? The shit
I'm 5 seconds in. I'd like it already better. I vote. I wish I had 4 hands so I could give it 4 thumbs up.
So I don't have a video made for it yet. So I just did these clips really quick.
Step right up. Got tickets on sale in today's episode. Trains coming off the rails. Watch it all burn from the screen on your phone. But don't you worry about it. You're safe at home. Every talking head will tell you everything's fine. It's the blind leading the blind. It's a circus out here. We're wobbling on a wire. There's a
Well, that's it.
with a beard. Clowns juggling
But what's
fire.
nice is I can stop it whenever I want. But I want to make it to where it's only one verse and then I cut it off. So that's why it's, like 20 seconds of a song or 30 seconds or whatever. Not 45 minutes. Anyways, okay. So, y'all, thanks so much. Good night. I will leave it with the song. One more time. As soon as I find my thing. Good night. Thanks for coming. Love y'all.
Elephants and donkeys got us jumping through hoops. Y'all wish that I was lying, but you know that it's the truth. Get your popcorn ready and pour you something strong.